everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on more. We have more Crime and Sports. I was going to say another, but more. Who knows? It's more. It's a lot, and it's fun. We're going to get into this again today. We have a basketball player who never quite made it into never quite made it. It's pretty. Okay. It's kind of a sad story, but that turns
mostly all are.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, there's all sad for somebody.
Yeah, they're all sad for somebody. They're all sad for somebody. We're going to do a few more one-parters, then we're going to do another multi-part episode. We got a few of those ahead. We're going to do a Don King episode. We're going to do a Billy Martin episode. I can't wait for the Billy Martin episode. That's going to be amazing. That guy made Joe Pepitone look like a fucking choir boy. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get into that. Before we do, though, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get all your merchandise for all of our shows, Your Stupid Opinions, Crime and Sports, and, of course, Small Town Murder. And get your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows. Right now, the only ones available are Seattle and Philly. Everything else is sold out. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for selling these shows out. You guys are the fucking best, and we really appreciate it. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets right now. Also, get yourself some Patreon. And hey, this isn't for us. Do yourself a favor. It's for you. Yeah. Treat yourself. Anybody, $5 a month or above. Very low cost for a whole lot of what you're going to get. First of all, immediately upon subscription, you're going to get hundreds of back bonus episodes you've never heard before. Immediately, and then you'll get new ones every other week, one Crime and Sports and one Small Town Murder, and then on top of that, you're going to get everything, all of our shows, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and Small Town Murder, all ad-free as well on Patreon, and you get a shout-out at the end of the show. I don't know what more we can do for you here. That's a lot, so you should do that. What you're going to get this week, the episodes for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about the history of not really history. It's only the last 7 years. What has happened in sports gambling since it became legal outside of Nevada? How many athletes have been ensnared in things, and how many more are going to happen? Because now they're getting smart enough to use proxies, the Ohtani, deal. Like we did one on him.
Interpreter.
You know what I mean? So like it's going to get worse and worse and worse as time goes on. You're going to see major athletes who don't need to gamble, who make way more money than they need to, just because, people gamble and they get into it. Then for Small Town Murder, it's a pick 'em. I'm giving you guys the choice. It's either going to be Ted Bundy helping the police try to catch the Green River Killer while he was in prison right before his execution, or the history of executions in the United States. You guys pick. Hit me up on Instagram. Send me a message and let me know. That's how we're counting the votes. So do that. So far, one of them is winning. So if you want to, whichever one you want to see, get in there. Because
there's a clue.
There's a clue. One of them is winning. And then, like I said, shout out at the end of the show as well. So that said, let's get into this. All right, here we go. Let's do it. We are going to talk about Leon Smith today. No idea who he is. I know you don't.
Who the hell?
Very few people outside of his neighborhood know who he is because he didn't last very long in the NBA here.
Seems like it, yeah.
Has a couple of nicknames. One is Lebo, Leebo, like Debo, but with an L. Lebo, like Leon. And then Fabulous Leon, which that sounds great. All right. That sounds like a rapper. If someone came out Fabulous Leon, they'd be very popular, I think, right now. Right?
Or at a drag show. He'd crush.
Oh, well, forget it about a drag. Well, maybe it's a drag queen rapper. You can't fucking lose there.
Watch out.
You can't lose. And you're the Fabulous Leon. So he's born November 2nd, 1980. So, I mean, he should be just getting into his retirement and starting to enjoy the fruits of his NBA labor, and that is not what's happening at all. He's from Chicago. Big guy, too. He's going to turn out to be 6'10". Big guy. Yeah, that's so. Kind of had to play basketball. Really didn't have any choice at that.
Call him Lebo.
You got to call him Lebo. His father's name is also Leon. He is Leon Sanders, though, not Smith.
Oh,
so it's different. We'll find out. Sanders. He has a stepbrother as well, named or a half brother, not a stepbrother, named Sanders, that comes from his dad. And his mother's name is Linda Smith. Now his brother is Jerry Sanders, and they're only 10 months apart.
Oh.
Yeah, dude was busy in a year.
No
He got
shit.
2 different women pregnant. So now Leon has, like I said, Jerry is his brother, and he has 6 sisters. So 8 kids. Now I don't know which, who was with who or what parents or
what's what? Yeah.
I don't know if he was living in a house with 8 kids at the same time, or if 3 of them were over here and 2 of them were over there.
On the last names. Yeah, the last names are all jumbled up too.
Who knows? Okay, now he grows up in the projects in the south side of Chicago, which not a great start for anybody.
Not easy.
No one wants to have that. He is taken away from his mother, taken away from his family, and placed in the custody of the state of Illinois at the age of 5.
Usually that's not a positive thing.
Due to neglect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not good.
I mean, and that, benefit of the doubt, that could be mom had to work several jobs, so it's certainly neglect. You should have people watching them, but sometimes you don't have the opportunity.
That's the problem. And also, some people are just shitty parents, too. So
yeah, there's that, too.
Also, it's 1985. It's the middle of the crack epidemic, so I don't know if that has anything to do with this or the whole drug problems, or I'm not sure. But neglect at the age of 5 is not wonderful, obviously. No. And, best case scenario, mom was out hustling jobs and, dad's off obviously getting more people pregnant because he had, they're pretty close in age. So dad's busy.
I mean, just because I made it and I'm alive at 44 doesn't mean that my mom was not neglectful, leaving me home alone.
Yeah.
I just happened to not get as hurt or... there wasn't, I don't know, I lost a finger because she wasn't watching. So but she was there at the time.
Him and his 4-year-old brother, Jerry, were found walking the streets late at night asking people for food.
Okay.
That's neglect. You don't know where your kid is at night.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock. Ho, where the fuck you seat at, as Rizzo once said. You got to know where the fuck your kids are, and they're hungry, that's why they left the house to search for food is bad.
I think they said that at 7 o'clock on the news, too. At 7 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are?
Know where your kids are? For people who don't know, there used to be, back in like the 80s, and I'm sure before that, there used to be a commercial that would come on at 10 o'clock all over the country. Yeah. That would say, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? It was every fucking night all over.
I think the Atlanta child killer did that. I think that they did that because of that.
Was it because of him?
I think it was because of the Atlanta child murders.
I thought they started that like in the 60s when kids were just started being tearaways. Okay,
I think it was the 70s.
That's way more interesting then. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the father's nowhere around, by the way. Dad Leon is nowhere to be found. He has no responsibility in this whatsoever. And basically, their mother would disappear for days at a time.
Oh.
Which you can't do when you have a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old. That doesn't do that. So Leon said this, quote, "If my own mother could give me up or whatever, if my own mother could give me up, what would these people do for me? I really don't have any good memories. All I have is bad memories that lead to nightmares."
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, Leon, that is dark.
Yeah.
Fuck, Leon. That's bleak. That's grim, bro.
Memories that lead to nightmares. Yeesh.
I mean, when someone starts out like this, it almost takes a fucking miracle for their life to turn out great. You know what I mean? It's just not the origin story of a lot of very successful, well-adjusted people. It's just not. It's not any of their own fault. That's what sucks. Mm-hmm. So he was at the Lydia Children's Home after that.
Okay.
And kind of made him a little bit fearful of people and uncomfortable with people. But they had stuff. They had clothes and food and toys and things that they never had before, and like, they'd celebrate Christmas and shit like that. Like, wow, this is incredible. Leon said, you can get all the presents you want, but when it comes down to having that love inside, it doesn't equal. Yeah. Right. He'd much rather be with a family, like his parents, who can't maybe provide very well, but care about him and are there for him, and whatever. Poor but trying would be much better than I have toys and food but no love. So at one point, his mother made a bid to regain legal custody when he was at the Lydia Children's Home, and but he ended up staying at the home. And as a child, he didn't want to go back with his mother at that point, too.
No, you can't.
which is so rare, though. Normally a kid like that, abuse or not, they want to go back with their parents, and he didn't want to. That's how bad it was. He was like, no, fuck her. That's
I can't. My stomach hurts when I'm around her.
But as a kid, you don't know any better, and you just think, well, that's my mom. She must, So, I mean, that had to be really bad for him to refuse to go back. Yeah. And he said, I'd grown so far away from her that it was like she was like a regular person to me. She wasn't like a mother. I was more attached to the place than I was to her.
Right.
He got more attached to the home. So it's rough. Real rough for him. He lived in 5 group homes in 13 years. So from age 5 to age 18, he lived in all sorts of different group homes. Saw, by his count, he said more than 100 counselors and psychologists and all that kind of thing. Said a lot of families offered to adopt him, but nothing ever worked out because the process takes so long, and it always just fell apart at some point in the process. His brother, Jerry Sanders, moved in with a foster family for 4 years, but Leon remained ward of the state. So he was broken up from his brother, who was living with a family, but he wasn't, which kind of sucks that they didn't take both of them. You know what I mean? That's, if you're going to adopt somebody with a close sibling like that, you kind of got to take both of them.
Shouldn't you have?
You can't split those kids up, man. That's rough. That's all. They're all they have in the whole world is each other, and you're breaking them apart. That's kind of shitty.
It's also tough when to set like parameters of an adoptive parent to be like, if you're going to adopt a child, you should be able to afford at least 2 children.
At least 2 children. Yeah.
But I mean, this one coming back like the fucking pound.
But when you go to a fucking pound, they tell you about the dog's health problems.
Yeah.
This dog's got this. Don't take it if you can't. If you can't handle it. It's the same thing. Hey, he comes with a little brother, so you're a big brother. So if you can't take one, you shouldn't take the other.
Sometimes you adopt a pet and it has to come with that other one because of the separation anxiety that they face. Yeah.
My stepmom had cats like that one time. She adopted 2 cats because they were always together. So.
Yeah, but you can't do that with people. If we do that with one people, we do that with all people. Now somebody's going to adopt 8 kids.
Next thing you know, they have a family and they feel, secure about themselves, and you can't have that. That'd be crazy.
No.
So he got too old and big for the Lydia home, and this was by 14 because it's for smaller children.
Yeah.
And that's when he left his brother behind, was leaving there. And he said he was suddenly just taken away and sent somewhere else. And it's like being pulled away from your mom all over again. That's what Jerry Sanders said. So they pulled Leon out of the home, and then Jerry got adopted. So it's tough. He said also, this is the home's director, said, when he left here, I still feel bad about that he had to leave, because I think I should have insisted that he stay here because this is where his brother was and this is where he was familiar with.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you? You feel bad about it. That doesn't help any. Oh, that's rough. Jerry said, the brother, when we turned around and we were walking away and I seen him crying, I was like, oh man. So I went home and I was crying too. Yeah, they're all they've had. They were wandering the streets together. Think about how close they were. So he ends up in a group home for teenage boys, and it's not good. Leon said, I would have asked them to just send me to heaven because I really didn't want to be there. That's wow. I'd rather they just killed me.
I'd rather die.
Wow, this kid's got some serious depression going on with this shit. Yeah. I would have told them it's just about that time that I just go and just allowed me to meet God and ask him why he put me in this situation. Holy fuck. Yeah. This couldn't be less of your own doing. You have done nothing wrong, this kid, so far. Yeah. All he's done is be born and look for food. Yeah. That's all he's done. Yeah. Like, he's done nothing wrong. This sucks. Yeah. But we talk about a lot of these kids, like the East Brothers and guys like that who came up in fine situations and just had to be jerk-offs and all that. This kid doesn't even have fucking parents, for Christ's sake, and he's trying. So Sullivan House led him to MLK High School in Chicago. They have a pretty good basketball team there, which is going to help him a lot. So he found a mentor in Bill Green, who was the Sullivan House, that's the group home for kids here, the director of the Sullivan House. And one of the guys said he's immature and I think he's had trouble with authority in the past. Yeah. That's what they said about him. The director of the place, what is his name? Bill Green, said Leon was his own man. I'll put it that way. There was a limit to where I could go, but once I got to that limit, he could stonewall it. So he'd only let you in so far.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying, I think. He'd let you in to a certain extent, and then he was not going to let you past one of his moats and his drawbridges anymore.
Stonewall.
Yeah, because you're
protecting his heart.
Well, and then you're just going to ship him off somewhere, I'm sure.
Right.
I mean, that's what else. So here's an interesting article from the Chicago Tribune in 1998, and it says tentative plans call for King and Gordon Tech to headline next year's 4th annual City Suburban Showdown at Welsh Ryan Arena. That would feature a duel of half-brothers, MLK's 6'10 center Leon Smith and Gordon's 6'8 center Jerry Sanders. Man, imagine if they had good food when they were little. They'd be 7'3".
Think
about
with
it.
Vitamins in it.
Yeah. Like, think about if my grandmother had them the first 5 years. Like, they'd be 8 feet tall, these fucking guys.
Yeah.
They'd be insane. So November 10th, 1988, is they're talking about this, and they say there's a I'll just read the article. Boys basketball practice started Monday throughout Illinois, but Leon Smith, one of the state's biggest stars, was a player without a team. The 6'11" center, now he's 6'11",
Goddamn.
ward of the state who lives in a South Side group home, Jesus, dropped from site Thursday night amid reports he wanted to transfer from King to a California high school. Wants to leave the state. Cook County Deputy Public Guardian Robert Harris said that Smith called him. Harris declined to reveal details, but said they agreed to meet face-to-face. Harris said, "We need to talk as soon as possible." I guess this guy has represented Smith as his court-appointed lawyer and guardian for about 6 years.
He's trying to get traded to the state of California.
Yeah, he wants to get out of here and be in California. I don't know what. Trade me to a different state.
Trade warrants.
I don't know.
Do that?
I don't know. We'll get one from California and bring him here. He said, "I don't know how soon all this will be resolved, but I'm hoping it's quickly because the whole idea he's out of school is abhorrent to me." Yeah, because he shouldn't be out of school. They said that Smith turned 18 on November 2nd, but remains under the guardianship of the Department of Children and Family Services and would have to go before a Cook County juvenile court judge to close his case or get permission to leave the state.
Right.
So they said the court makes a decision on what's in the best interests of the child, and that's what happens. The options include transferring to Compton High School.
Wow.
And a friend of mine in Phoenix played for Compton High School, so I know that's
to go from south side of Chicago to Compton, it's just like
kind of a lateral move.
Yeah, just no snow.
No snow. So that's one of the places. I guess the coach there had met Smith at a basketball tournament in Las Vegas the year before, and they had discussed him coming to California. His guardian here said there has been different suggestions for Leon, one of which is going to California and play there, and one to stay here and play for King. My role is to help Leon with those decisions. I want to make sure that in a few years, when most of these basketball folks are out of his life, whether he's done well or not in basketball, that we've taken care of Leon the kid, not the basketball player, not the number 2 high school player in the country or whatever, but what's best for Leon. I want to help him avoid people interested in him just for his basketball prowess and who are not interested in Leon. I don't want his options to be limited because of some decisions he makes now. So it sounds like somebody's actually trying to look out for him.
Giving him a hand, yep.
So that's not bad. Now, if Leon, he's a young man, he doesn't need this, but right under this, the sales, Jimmie, the sales.
Fantastic.
Right under this, hairline enhancement. Here we go. Let's get it on. If you're a man who's not comfortable with your receding hairline and would like to add subtle density without dramatically altering the appearance of your hair, you may wish to consider our refined monografting technique.
Monografting? What is that?
Old technology, large round plugs, made it difficult to disguise the hair restoration process. Our monographs are virtually undetectable from the start. Yeah, right. And bullshit. And as many or as few as you desire to enhance your hairline and increase density. You can see that shit from a fucking plane at 35,000 feet. You could, from the Delta to Omaha, you could fucking see that from somebody on the ground in Indiana.
Recede. Define how far. You know, like.
Yeah. Well, here's the
at
picture.
this point. Yeah. Come on, show me how far. Pull. Okay. No fucking way.
Now he's
that's
okay
getting
here.
Fixed and not right.
Yeah.
That's a
Horseshit.
nice black and white photo that you can't tell anything.
No.
Yeah.
You're going to see plugs is what we're getting at here. That's the point. You're certainly going to see. There's no free ride when it comes to shit like that.
No.
There's no miracles.
No.
So, okay, November 20th, 1998, he's going to stay at MLK so he can keep playing against his brother here. That's what they're saying. They're talking all about it, how they're very excited for this matchup between these guys, and it's going to be fun. So they say Chicago's MLK is number 1 in boys preseason AA poll. So, I mean, he's making them the top, just, in the city here. That's pretty good. Sure. They're number 1. That's amazing. They're gunning for their 4th state championship. Mm-hmm. Now they say that the best play. They say they almost lost Leon Smith to California, but he changed his mind. The coach said, "I'm glad Leon is back." He said, "There's no doubt he is the man, the straw that stirs the drink for us." Oh. Went Reggie Jackson on us and shit.
Dirty, yeah.
Wow. The team is good enough to win the state championship, but we have to go about proving it. Mm-hmm. So January 24th, 1999, he's having a little bit of a problem here. This article I'll read from, is this the Chicago Tribune? Yes. King's soap opera of a season is as maddening as it's perplexing. As it is perplexing. With Sawyer, 6'11" center Leon Smith, and several gifted complementary players, King clearly has the most talent in the city, if not the state, and with few exceptions, possibly the country. But that, of course, doesn't always guarantee success. In fact, Smith said it's the crux of the team's problems.
Oh.
So Leon said there's definitely such a thing as having too much talent. You have too many guys on the same team that want to be the star. Someone's going to have to step back and help play a role. But it ain't going to be me because I'm 6'11", so give me the fucking ball. And if you're not willing to play your role, it's hard. The hardest teams to coach nowadays are those with the most talent. So, yeah, they said that a coach that played them said they're in disarray. They said it's not too much talent. This guy said they have too many egos.
Oh.
Too many people reading their own fucking press, which a bunch of 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, if you're saying they're great, they're going to go, it says I'm great in the paper. I must be great.
I'm not that good. Have a look-see at this article.
It's right here in black and white.
Yeah.
Great. See?
It's right
me.
there. Yeah.
I couldn't have handled that at 17. I would have been a mess.
Oh. I needed it, but nobody said shit.
I could have used it.
I could have used it, yeah.
So the opposing coach said they're in disarray right now. I told Sonny he needs to get more control over those kids. I think there's a lot of jealousy on the team. I noticed it at the Proviso tournament. So they said people close to the program say it all started when the school fired their assistant coach, who acted as a conduit between the head coach and the players, especially with Smith and O'Quinn, who are 2 players. I don't know. They said that he was the good cop to the head coach's bad cop. So it's different now. Leon said, because they talked about how they said that they had held Smith and the other star out of the starting lineup against another team for skipping a practice. They missed a practice a day after losing to Dunbar, after which Smith complained about not getting the ball, saying his teammates were selfish and lacked heart.
Okay.
That'll help. That'll help the team. So they lack heart. It's one thing to say selfish, but lack heart is something else. Leon said, "I felt that sincerely. If I didn't mean it, I wouldn't have said it." That's what he says now. And they're like, "Now that you're cooled off, you feel any better?" He's like, "Fuck all of those guys." That's what I meant to say.
I meant every word.
Fuck him. So yeah, it's a problem. So they're having. Smith said the attitude of this team has to change. You just said none of your teammates have heart. What are you talking about? He said that's the first step for us starting to rebuild. The only distractions we have are inside of the team. We kill each other internally. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody outside the team. It's all on us. Things happen to teams. You go into every game expecting to win, but everything doesn't always turn out that way. I think we're being taught a lesson to prepare for the state championships and for life.
For sure.
Yeah. So February 10th, 1999, now there's a real problem. One of the players, the Sawyer guy that he skipped practice with, is basically takes off. he's the point guard here, stormed out of the King gym while his teammates put the finishing touches on a 75-48 victory. So he left during a game. That's not good at all here. So the team's falling apart. Center Leon Smith said Sawyer had a confrontation with the unspecified teammate. That's the problem. And Leon said, this really messes up the chemistry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're having a fucking problem. But about a week later, at the city suburban shootout, the headline is King's Smith shines. So now he's fine. At the beginning of the article says, Leon Smith had a message for Jerry Sanders. Don't mess with your big brother.
Don't fuck with me.
Wow. In a Saturday night sibling showdown, the 6'10" Smith dunked and dominated over his little brother in leading the 7th-ranked King to a 61-45 victory. So he's pushing his brother around. Mm-hmm. Leon said, it's getting close to playoff time, and I want to go into the playoffs with a lot of intensity. Leon had 22 points and 16 rebounds and 3 blocks that game. He said it didn't have to do anything to do with playing against Jerry. He was like another player on the court to me. Now, after the game, we can go back to being brothers.
Good. Now we can be friends.
Now we can be friends. Okay, next up here, March 21st, 1999. The headline is King Pivot May Jump to NBA.
Oh.
Okay. King High School has profited with 6'10" Leon Smith as its middleman. It remains to be seen how much the Parade All-American gained in his 3 years plus at King. One of the other coaches said, I hope it turns out all right. You can't even realize what he has gone through. This kid's been in group homes ever since he's 3 years old. You think you could handle that?
No.
That's a good way to put it. So they talk about it. Another former coach said Leon has a lot on his mind when he first came to King. We showed him a family-oriented situation at King. We showed him love. Love conquers all.
It sure does.
Yeah. So Leon said, I'll be making my decision soon. Boy, I got to tell you, his coach said if they were not going to give him that money, I'd tell him that he needs another couple of years playing college. No kid is ready at 18. 18. They can't go to the west side of Chicago. 18. They're not ready for that. So he's saying basically the coach is telling him, if you think you're going to get drafted in the first round, can't tell you not to do it because that's guaranteed a few $1 million. So, I mean, that's a whole life-changing thing. Yeah. But if you're not,
you make that decision on your own.
If you're going to get drafted 57th overall,
yeah,
this ain't worth it, dude. Like, not worth it. Chicago Tribune, April 30th, 1999. Man-child on his own is the headline. Oh, boy. Leon Smith has never been a firm believer in trust. He prefers to keep others at an emotional distance until he's absolutely sure it's safe to let them in. That makes perfect psychological sense. Life has taught him that harsh lesson, among others. It sounds cynical, perhaps, but when you've been in and out of group homes and counselors' offices all of your life, solitude can be a valued companion.
Yeah, and you oftentimes don't trust people because he's met a lot of untrustworthy people.
Yeah, and you know you can trust yourself. And also, you when you go to different places all the time, you get used to being alone because whenever you first get there, you don't know anybody, so you have to be alone. Like I went to shitloads of different schools. I got used to being alone for a minute. It was fine.
And when you don't have anybody at home that is trustworthy either, you end up just taking care of yourself. You trust yourself more than you trust other people.
And so let's see. Leon talks about his upbringing. And you know what? Let's just give him it in their own words on this paragraph.
All right.
What do you say here? I think Leon should get some say. In their own words, quote, I could have been on the streets selling drugs or gangbanging. I could be dead right now. But I guess this is my destiny. If all the mishaps in my life hadn't occurred, I wouldn't have turned out like I did. Mm-hmm. Very profound, Leon. Very profound. He said he's always been a loner. He said it took him 2 years to be comfortable enough to eat with other students in the King High cafeteria.
Oh.
Just didn't want to do it. So they said it should come as no surprise that Smith made his biggest decision of his life this week without consulting anyone. That's good. You want an 18-year-old kid who doesn't have any life skills and wasn't really brought up, with parents that were helping to mold his mind and all that. You want him making major life decisions with no consultation or advice. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you a better way to eat with Factor.
factormeals.com.
Oh, you know it. We all have a busy schedule. I'm telling you. Now in the summer, you got summer plans, vacation. Oh, yeah. People are going all over the place or working in sports and kids and stuff like that. That's why sometimes all you have is a couple of minutes, and that's where Factor comes in. Factor helps you eat smarter with tasty, chef-prepped meals that are dietitian approved and delivered right to your door. And now with more than 65 weekly meals made for how you live and how you want to eat, now we've got even more ways to fit in a real meal wherever the day takes us. And these are a lifesaver, I'm telling you.
Oh, they're so quick.
You can get a real meal in 2 minutes. I know, Jimmie, you use these for your kids a lot as they're on their way to sports out the door. It's a healthy, something delicious and good that you can stuff into the kid real quick or yourself.
Guilt-free and fast,
It's the best. They have more variety. You can choose a wider selection of weekly meals, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp. No extra cost. Go ahead, take the shrimp. Also, they have even more GLP-1 friendly meals and the new Mediterranean diet options packed with protein and good-for-you fats. And for the first time, try Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. From more choices to better nutrition, that's why 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. Feel the difference no matter what your routine. We do this. We love the Factor meals. They are a lifesaver, and they will help you get healthier and just feel better about yourself. Eat smart at factormeals.com/CrimeInSports50 and use the code CrimeInSports50OFF to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. That's code CrimeInSports50OFF at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
Now back to the show.
Motivated by a life of hardships and heartbreak, the need to chase a dream, Smith chose to forego college by declaring himself eligible for the NBA draft. This is not a good move, I don't think.
No.
This is not a good, unless you're LeBron. And
this is a kid who has to live. He's been taught to live for today.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. He doesn't see a future. He just lives for today.
And there's not a lot of, and for him, I can get it too, because he's going to go to college. He has nobody to help him out. No one's going to send him food or money or things like that. He's got nothing to
grades.
do. Or grades. Well, the college will help him out with that, I assume,
Certainly
if he's a good enough player.
Yeah.
But this is in 2000. This is going to be like, 2000, 99, 2000.
Oh, God.
There was like there was Kobe and there was Kevin Garnett and there was Moses fucking Malone, and that was in the 70s. Though that was it for high schoolers that went into the NBA. Boy. And Kobe sucked for fucking 5 years. He was terrible. I know everybody loves Kobe and whatever. Watch some of those games from his first couple years. He didn't belong in the NBA at all. He was terrible.
That's why it was surprising if he ever got a shot off over when he squared up with Jordan, all that stuff. Anytime he made a good play,
air
it was
balls.
Shocking.
Oh, he was shooting. I mean, you could see he had athletic talent and he had talent, but he was a fucking child and he didn't belong there. He was immature. Kevin Garnett,
rubber ankles, for Christ's sake. He could do everything.
Kevin Garnett's 7 fucking feet tall and he's mean. That wasn't him. And LeBron's was a freak of nature, had an adult body when he was 18.
Almost 7 feet tall and is also
built like a
rubber.
Truck. And built like a truck, So
clumsy, but built like a truck.
Built like a fucking truck. So they talk about this. He said, I've felt kind of trapped all my life. People have made decisions for me my whole life. I can't allow that to happen anymore. Understandable. He said that he doesn't know where or whether he'll be picked in the draft at all. He said a handful of scouts visited Chicago to see him play last season, but he's got to file his paperwork still. As a senior, he averaged 25 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 blocks a game.
Okay.
Which is good, but you're playing against children. That's right. Yeah. I mean, if you were doing that.
That's actually kind of low.
Yeah. I was going to say, honestly, those are great college numbers to go into the NBA if you're that, but not really high school numbers. You want a guy that's like so dominant in high school. It's ridiculous.
He's got half the stat sheet.
Yeah, that's not great. But I guess all the recruiting services list him as one of the top 15 players in the nation.
Oh.
To go into college. So they say still Smith is far from a finished product. He didn't play organized basketball until the 8th grade after he sprouted 5 inches the previous summer. Oh, he was only 6'5" before that? Gee, he didn't think basketball was a good thing? He said, it seemed like I needed new clothes every week. I bet. Pro scouts who refused to speak on the record about Smith because the NBA discourages the practice acknowledge being intrigued by his physical makeup. 6'10", 237 pounds, broad shoulders, size 17 shoes, and arms so long he could drive a compact car from the back seat. But most agree he is a project and would be better served spending some time at the college level. Marty Blake, the NBA's director of scouting, said if he wants to do this, it's his privilege. I guess my question is why?
Sure.
Why?
Because he needs money.
Also, his academic credentials are not great. That's the
he
problem.
hates school and loves money.
He can't get into school.
No.
So they said Fresno State and Rhode Island were the only schools that showed a lot of interest in recruiting him. Despite his obvious potential, most backed off because they weren't sure he would qualify academically. If you're going to waste a scholarship on somebody, it can't be somebody that you're going to then send to fucking junior college for a year to get his grades up before he can be there, or have to redshirt for all that shit. So Smith says he hopes to graduate this spring with a 2.2 grade point average. Hey, let's keep these lofty goals in check, son. What are you talking? 2.2. Fuck, he's dumber than I was in high school. Holy shit. 2.2 isn't good. The fuck is that? It's like a C minus? What is that?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
I wish I had that, honestly. I didn't even have that. Oh, wow. He has yet to take a college entry exam, but says he has taken several SAT preparatory classes. If he's not drafted, he says he'll try to play professionally overseas. He needs money. Yeah. Well, for a guy who's never had anything, even, I could see that. Okay, I want to get my own apartment and my own space and my own stuff and not live in a fucking group home. So, the coach of his high school said he would prefer he try college, but he does support his decision. He said, I hear these fools on radio and in the paper saying he's stupid for doing this. Listen, if NBA teams are going to give him the money, he has to take the money. Until you've walked a mile in his shoes, you should keep your mouth shut. This kid's life's been a horror story.
No kidding.
Yeah, so shut up and let him do his thing.
But at the other turn, I mean, you're throwing away so much opportunity to live for today.
But and I don't think he's going to last. Listen to this part here, because I don't think he would last a lot in college. It's more structured. So they said that he left the Sullivan Group House last November when he turned 18 and moved in with an acquaintance named Steve Brown. But then he moved out of Brown's Riverdale home after they had a fight. So now he's staying with a childhood friend in a South Side apartment 2 blocks from the Sullivan houses. So this is not good.
No.
He's not making bad decisions. He sometimes reflects on his nomadic lifestyle and wonders how he managed to live this long. In his early teen years, he twice spent the night alone on a park bench. That's nice.
Oh, my God.
He said, the guys on the street wouldn't let me hang out. They said, this is no place for you. They said that wasn't my role in life. You're not homeless. Get out of here. You're a tall child. Go.
Get off my house.
Yeah. Get out of my house, giant child. So he's had a couple of missteps. Him and his brother were taken to the police station after being caught stealing candy from a convenience store. And he said that at this point, he was laughing, saying that he never wanted to leave the station because of how clean it was. And it had revolving doors, so he thought it was cool. He's like, I just want to live here. This is good. He said it was the most beautiful thing we had ever seen. We thought that was heaven. We didn't want to go home. If you get taken to the police station and you're like, no, I'll just live here, your home life is fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow. He says he only has a vague recollection of his father. He says his father abandoned the family when he was 5, which is when he ended up walking the streets. He said his father called him 3 years ago and became angry when his son showed no interest in meeting him. Well, gee, what'd you think was going to happen, asshole?
Right. I mean, if I'd stopped talking to my kids for a while, I mean, look, I had
their entire childhood.
I had a lot of apprehension meeting my dad when I was 28. I yelled at him straight in his face.
Yeah.
It's not easy to try to find acceptance from children when you've missed so much of them being actual children.
Yeah, and especially if you're Leon and you're blaming your dad for all this fucking horror show that your life was, group homes and all this shit. That's a lot. And you're like, if you would have just stuck around and fucking got a job and shit,
sure,
I would have been, you could have made my whole life different. I wouldn't have thought a police station was a really cool place to hang out.
Right.
When I got caught stealing a fucking Snickers bar. Yeah. He said, what was I supposed to say? Leon said. I said, I don't really know you. You're like a stranger. I know you're my father, but I don't know anything about you. Mm-hmm. So, holy shit, that is rough. So his brother, they're talking about his whole life and various group homes. Leon said, living in a group home is hard because you don't know where your family is. They don't tell you where your mother is, and she hasn't come see you. You're around strangers, and people are always coming and going. That's no stability in those either, which is... He said holidays were the worst. He said the kids never wanted for presents through donated toys. They always had stuff to open because people would donate to that kind of thing. He said, quote, you can get all the presents you want, but when it comes down to having love inside, it doesn't equal. It's like with rich people. You can have a big house and a lot of cars, but if you don't have people to love, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be happier than the same in a group home. I'll tell you that much. It's much happier. He said he remembers one day when a strange woman approached him and his brother on the playground outside of their group home when he was 9. Mm-hmm. She came up and said hi to us. Jerry looked at me and asked who that was. I didn't know. She said, you don't know me, boy? I'm your mama. Oh, God, that's fucking depressing.
Fuck.
We just walked up to her and hugged. It was a natural reaction. We didn't want to let her go. It was the first time they had seen their mother since they were taken away.
Oh, my God.
She stayed for a few minutes and then was gone. That was that. Didn't come back, really.
Yeah.
Just showed up to stick a fucking dagger into their hearts a little deeper and then walk away. That's fucking shitty, man. One of his assistant coaches in high school said all Leon wanted was to be loved. He said, that's all. Once you get to know him, he trusts you. And they said one guy here, a Cook County deputy public guardian, Robert Harris, is a kind of his counselor, lawyer, mentor, that guy. He said, Leon is a good kid. Trust is an issue with him. I think any kid who's in the system has issues with trust, and rightfully so. So he said that, he's preparing the paperwork, so he's not a ward of the state anymore, technically. This guy said, I would have loved to see him go to college, but this is his decision. I'll support him in whatever he decides to do. He knows in his own mind what he wants. I just hope he attacks the world. Yeah. Holy shit. That is, he's got to do something here. Hopefully he'll be able to have a long and flourishing NBA career, right, everybody?
Very prosperous.
Oh, man. So Leon said, a lot of people try to take advantage of me because I don't have parents. They know I don't have anybody to say, wait a minute, that's my son. You just can't take him away. You just can't deal him away like that. He said he often visits group homes to talk to kids in situations similar to his. He says, that's why I play basketball. I hope they can look at me and see what I've overcome. Uh-huh. He believes that being drafted might reunite his family. Oh, no. Oh, that's sad. Besides his brother, Jerry.
Angels in the outfield.
Dude, it's gonna
win the pennant, and I'll get his dad back.
Yes, magically that everything will come together. And
there's no Christopher Lloyd, man. It doesn't get fixed.
In his mind, is it if I have money, then I can bring everybody together, and I can? Is that what it is? It's a weird thing. He says that his brother, who will play at Northern Illinois from college next year, he has 6 sisters ranging from grade school to age 21. Yeah. So he has 2 older sisters and some that are much younger.
So much younger.
2 live with his mother and 2 live in foster homes. Dude.
Yeah.
His mother needed to have that many kids too, his family. I mean, dude, you can't take care of these 2. You're having more.
Yeah.
Just everybody stop having kids. Can we just, everyone? I don't care if you're doing great. Just stop.
Yeah,
just stop it. Stop
There's too many.
Stop it.
Yeah.
We have a lot right now. I don't want to hear about populations. Like, fuck you. Shut up and stop having kids. When I get on the road, it's plenty packed. Stop it. Stop it right now. All of you. Moratorium on children.
Are full.
They're all full.
Everything's full.
Everything's
Walmart's full. Self-checkout's full.
It's all
the
full.
mall is full. Everything's full.
You're making more.
Stop it.
Stop.
Yeah. We got too many.
No more. Too many. So Smith says he talks to his mother periodically on the phone, but hasn't seen her since December 12th of this past year when King opened its season against another high school. He says there's still some residual anger he needs to resolve. He said the only way our relationship is going to get better is if we can be face-to-face and talk one-on-one. We talk, but we don't talk about the past. There's a feeling deep down in me that the kid in me is still kind of angry that she wasn't there. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I want to piece my life back together. Jesus Christ. He said, I'm young enough to make a mistake. I don't want to wait until I'm 21 or 22 and then finally figure out what I want to do. Wait till Wow, I feel like a real dick. Took me a lot longer. I already know what I want to do with my life. People nowadays don't want to accept who they are and their roles in life. This is my role in life. Okay. So he also talks a little bit about college here. He says he learned in particular about economics, about how you can turn from child to commodity when you're 6'10", basically.
In a second. Yeah.
So he knows. And basically he says that's all college does is use you for that. But you can also get into the NBA, especially back then. He's learned once you become a star, people want to be your friend. And he's learned that people he saw as friends saw him as an investment, basically. He said they think they can get in good with me and get a little exposure from me, but I'm not going to let that happen. Okay. He said he was living with a friend named Steve Brown, but they had a falling out like we talked about. He said Smith helped him orchestrate his attempt to transfer to Compton High last fall. And he said, the way I look at it now, it wasn't about me, it was about him. What could he get out of the deal? He said that Brown had been trying to steer him toward a player agent, and though he said Brown had denied that to him, Brown couldn't be reached for comment. He said he was trying to mix business with being a father figure, and you can't mix business with family.
Nope.
He said he had a lot of, this is a college student who's been a close friend of Leon's, said he had a lot of trust in a lot of people, and no one came through like they said they would.
Right.
Which makes sense here. Smith says he would play college ball next season if he had fulfilled the academic requirements to compete in Division 1A as a freshman, and he didn't. He said there are other options short of everything else. He could have sat out his freshman year in college and established eligibility. He says, though, he said, I'm a player and players don't sit out. I'm a basketball player, can't sit out. He said, I'd rather work my way around the pro ranks instead of sitting cheering for a starting lineup of guys I thought I could beat out. Well, you'd rather be the worst guy on the team than, okay. He could also go to junior college for a couple years, then play at a 4-year school, but he didn't want to do that. I mean, that's who wants to go play at, Wichita Technical College for 2 fucking years in front of 12 people and there's no money for you there. There's no anything. There's not even girls probably. Like that's.
You might be right. It might be all dudes.
You know what I mean?
Just a bunch of dumb dudes.
That's it. That sounds awful. That's compared to the NBA. If you said you want to go play at junior college somewhere, and also they're like mostly really like remote, shitty areas somewhere in Arkansas. Yeah. You want to do that, or you want to play for? What was the Mr. Show?
Kansas.
You want to play for Indiana Basin Silt, or do you want to play for fucking? The Nets.
Massachusetts Gravel and Rock.
Yeah. Was that Bob Odenkirk was the recruiter for that one? He goes, I recruit for Indiana Basin Silt. He goes, we don't have a lot of the fancy stuff all these other schools have. We play outdoors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. a lot of clay courts.
Yeah, we play outdoors. Yeah, it's for tennis. That's when they were going and recruiting like fucking toddlers. Remember that? We really think he's going to be something. I'll tell you what. So he said, quote, I want to perform in front of large crowds. I want to be able to say I helped fill a gym. If I played in college, I want to win the NCAA title so I'd be featured on TV. His priorities are all off, I think.
I see what he's doing, but it's literally today. For today, to get food in my mouth now.
It is no delayed gratification whatsoever.
No.
That's the shit part of life, is that the delayed gratification is always the good things.
Yeah.
That's what the best stuff is. It takes forever. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
He said that he's not a great student, though. He said, basketball is my forte. He said, I don't want to be some indifferent student going somewhere and, whatever. He said, I'm not thinking of what ifs. If I think of what ifs, I've already failed. I'm doing what's best for Leon and his family. Now he's already in the third person.
Fuck.
Uh-oh, this is bad news. We should add that to the crime and sports rules, is when you start referring to yourself in the third person, shit is going off the rails.
It's not good.
Unless you're Ricky Henderson and you're some kind of alien weirdo.
Dion did it too, right?
Dion did it too, yeah. But he just was
good.
imitating Ricky Henderson, I feel like, though.
Yeah. It's possible.
You know what I mean? Like, well, Dion's good. He was great too. Yeah, there's like a few guys, but you have to be like, one of the most talented people to ever play something to do that.
Bo Jackson never did that, right?
No. Well, I mean, he did Bo knows this and Bo knows that, but that was a Nike commercial. They made him do that. He wasn't saying that shit on his own. No, he was real humble and like
he was
backwoods and shit. Yeah, he would never say shit like that.
That's crazy.
Ever. They had to force him to say the Bo knows stuff because he was not comfortable with that shit.
Where the fuck is that man today? He should be living his nostalgic life now.
He does great. Did you see that 30 for 30 on him?
No.
Oh, it's great.
What?
It's fascinating, the 30 for 30 on Bo Jackson. It's phenomenal.
He's
phenomenal.
The best athlete in the history of athletics. He hated sports.
Freak. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He hated sports. You know what he likes?
What is it? Books?
Shooting bows.
Archery.
Archery. He
loves archery.
Yeah, he makes his own arrows and shit like that.
Wow.
He has like this shop where he's making his own arrows in his yard. He's just like this. He's
that
just
won't
like
blow
this,
your hip out. That's amazing.
He's just like this super rural, real quiet guy, not into the whole. Think about if Bo wanted to be, he could be huge on social media. He could have the whole.
Jesus. If he had a personality,
he could have a whole brand going right now.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's
no
just not
personality is what
No.
it is. Yeah.
He's real shy. He came up weird, and watch the documentary. It's really interesting the way
I can't wait.
Came up. He was a
because
real
I do
mean
remember
kid.
that it's just a lack of personality. He just had no personality, and that sounds like a dig, but it's just fucking not. He's great.
He just wasn't trying to be a showman. That wasn't.
Yeah.
He just was, but he didn't.
He just happens to be a showman.
Yeah, just happens to be.
Yeah.
So
he can just walk on walls.
Why not? If you can do it. They talk about him jumping over cars as this thing that he used to do. He used to just jump over cars all the time as like a stunt for the neighborhood.
Well, if he hadn't done that, maybe his hip would have been okay.
Fuck yeah, maybe he fucked his hip all up there. That's how you do it. So June 11th, 1999, from the Chicago Tribune, Kings Leon Smith fails to show for draft camp. That doesn't sound good.
No, why?
The article says, anyone seen Leon Smith? The King high school basketball player who declared for the draft left NBA executives shaking their heads Thursday after declining an invitation to play at the pre-draft camp for NBA prospects. Are you out of your fucking mind? You're coming from high school. They said it gives Smith practically no chance of going in the first round of the draft and probably not the second, although one general manager said Smith could be taken low in the second if he agrees to play in Europe for a few years. So he just destroyed his entire
What
prospect.
year is that?
99.
Because there are children. Wow. There are people today, children in basketball today that are gaming to go to Europe so that they can get drafted.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the path now.
Well, no. Now they're actually paying in the G League a little bit more. So now the G League has become a path. Europe isn't for American players. Europe isn't for American players.
It's not for the G League either?
No, G League's in the United States.
Okay, all right.
So the G League, though, now you see guys actually being called up to the NBA from the G League. They're actually using it like a minors. They're not just using it like a storage facility where they pay guys $40,000 a year like they used to.
Yeah.
It's actually a little bit better now. There's a little more money in it. There's a little more actual chance to proceed to the NBA. So now a guy like this could be considered a project that you'd be putting in the G League for a while.
Yeah.
Whereas back then it was like, I don't know, go to Europe or go to the CBA or whatever the fuck, you know? So 1999 NBA draft, #1 overall pick, Jimmie. Who is it?
99?
You should know this. Maybe
was
not.
it Kobe?
We were
99?
around. No, Kobe was 96.
No.
96.
Oh,
draft.
that
he was
that
like
long before?
Yeah, and he was like number 7 or number 10. I don't remember because Charlotte had him at first and they traded him to the Lakers. He wasn't an overall top.
In 99?
1999.
Was it
number one?
Was it Iverson?
No, he's 95. Canby is 97, I want to say, or 96. I will give you a hint. They played at Duke.
Oh, yeah, of course. Christian Laettner.
Elton Brand. Elton Brand.
He was that's too
number
bad.
one overall. Fuck, he had a great career. He played
Did
17. He played 17 years.
Elton Brand did?
17 years. He was a beast for a while.
Who am I confusing him with that played for Portland with the bad knee? Jesus.
Odin.
Yes.
Yeah, you're thinking Odin.
Odin.
No.
Yeah.
Elton Brand played, the Bulls drafted him, and he played for a bunch of other teams, but he ended up 16.
Was he a center?
Center, power forward, depending.
Yeah.
16 points a game, 8.5 rebounds for 17 years. Not bad.
Fucking shit. That's great.
Pretty goddamn good guy. And in his prime, he was much better than that. He was a really good rebounder.
Who else he played for a lot, obviously.
A bunch of teams.
Yeah.
Number 2 overall,
yeah.
Steve Francis. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they go to the Knicks first?
Vancouver
Vancouver first.
And he wanted the fuck out of Vancouver.
He was a mouthy little fucker.
Oh, yeah, he was mouthy. Number 3 overall, Baron Davis. Who,
wow, this is a really shit draft.
I think, but I mean, Baron Davis, what did he play till last year?
He
played for, no, he played less than that, but he played for 13 years.
Yeah.
4 overall, Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking bad.
His bad everything.
Yeah. Oh, he's sick with an addiction. That's right.
Does say sick with too many drugs at whorehouses, I believe is.
He's sick with dope. He's dope sick.
with fucking cat houses and drugs, I think is what he's sick with.
That's what he's.
We got Jonathan Bender, Wally Zerbiak, number 6. Number 6, somebody took Wally Zerbiak.
I am going to be sick with how much money was thrown away with garbage.
Wally Zerbiak. Number 7, Rip Hamilton. He played forever and had a good career. Andre Miller, number 8, 17-year career.
Really?
17-year career. Not bad at all. Sean Marion, number 9 for the Suns.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I remember meeting him when he got drafted because he came in the Jacksons that I worked at there.
Yeah.
And he had the biggest suit I've ever seen in my life on. It's just, his suit jacket was like 9 feet long. It was just so big because he's so fucking tall and he was so skinny at the time too. Jason Terry, number 10.
No good.
Let's see, Langdon. Then you get Maggette, guys like that. You know, Corey Maggette, William Avery, more Dukers there.
Is this not the worst draft of all time?
It's not a great one. I'll say that. There are a few good Meta World Peace here. You got Ron Artest.
Yeah.
There's a few good players in this draft, but overall, number 29 overall.
First round.
The last pick of the first round, number 29, the San Antonio Spurs take Leon Smith.
Great system to be in.
Couldn't be a better place for him to go than the most steady system in the league, a coach that's there forever.
Oh, you're about to get yourself a father because Pop loves his players.
And David Robinson are your front court. So, I mean, these are the two most stoic fucking get the job done, play well, shut the fuck up kind of guy. So for a guy coming into the league who's, got all these kind of tearaway problems, this is the best scenario for him is San Antonio. Because if you fuck around there, you're gone. It's going to be obvious that you're outside of the bounds there because everyone's kind of buttoned up over there.
I mean, the idea of the whole situation is that you don't have the opportunity to fuck up. You are going to be successful here because you've got two of the best power forward center tandems in the league.
Oh,
by
fuck
far.
Yeah. Jesus.
By far.
Now, that is San Antonio's first pick in that draft. Their second pick is a much better pick that they make.
Oh, no.
With the 57th overall, the second to last pick, they picked Manu Ginobili.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Who played 16 fucking years in the league and was on all their championship teams and all that kind of shit.
One fucking 3-pointers with that guy. Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to say it now. You're drafted on the Spurs, who Grace. This is Grace right here.
Higher than Ginobili, you son of a bitch.
A whole round higher.
Yeah.
Problem is he's immediately traded.
Oh?
Which is a problem because San Antonio, like we said, would have been perfect, but he is traded to Dallas for Gordon Giricek.
Really?
Yes. So he ends up on the Dallas Mavericks, which is not nearly as buttoned up of an organization as it is
It's certainly
now.
on the rise, but
this is pre-Mark Cuban buying them. This is all that shit. I think he's about to buy them. Yeah. This is when they were doing, back in the day, they were offering to pay people $100,000 if they would change their name to Dallas Maverick for a year. Right. And then they'd have a Dallas Maverick tattoo and they'd pay you $100,000. So this is when they wanted fans so bad. Yeah. 40 and 42 this team went this year with Don Nelson as coach. Sean Bradley is the center here. Steve Nash is your point guard. Dirk Nowitzki's on the squad. Dennis Rodman. Rodman's on this team. Not a good influence for a guy like Leon. And Sid Sabalas, who's another very bad influence for a young guy like this. Sid, as much as he's a great guy, not a great teammate.
Fan favorite.
Always, every teammate's like, he thought he was the shit and the guy all the time. Yeah. Like, he thought he was the star of every team he was on, no matter who else was on the team.
Good news, guys. Post-NBA life has humbled him.
It has humbled him. But, like, he thought when they first got Kobe on the Lakers, he thought, I'm the star of the Lakers.
Really?
And, like, he was upset, I believe, if I'm getting the story right, he was upset when they got Shaq because it was like, no, I'm the star. What do you need Shaq for? Like, sad.
What the fuck, dude? Even 12-year-old me knew that he was the 6th or 7th best player on every team he's ever played
every
for.
fucking team. Yeah, I liked him, but he won a dunk contest, which was fun.
It was fun, but good player, but never worth a starter.
No, a starter, 20-point guy could be, but he's not the star of the team. He's not.
Even in the starting five, he's the 5th best.
Yeah, usually. So the Fort Worth Star-Telegram has a thing, and they said, for his part, Smith said he declared for the NBA draft for one unselfish reason. He has one brother and 6 sisters scattered in group homes in Illinois, and he figured he could use his NBA money to buy a house and put everyone under one roof.
Yeah.
He wants to fix it. He wants to take his childhood, take all the shattered shards and pieces and little tiny broken glass, and then glue it back together now, which is...
That's a crooked vase.
It's a crooked fucking vase with holes in it and shit.
Babe.
No.
It's
going to be an ugly vase, man. Yeah. So they said it's a means to an end for Smith, a way to finally give his siblings some much-needed love, peace, and happiness. He said, I try to do everything the right way. He said, by the way, they say that he's wise beyond his years in this article. Yeah. He said, I'm trying to put my family back together. He said he was visiting the Sullivan House group home when he learned he'd been drafted by the Spurs with the last pick of the first round. He said, I did that because I knew everything would work itself out. I just wanted to let them know we're all in this together, and if I make it, then we're all going to make it. The people at the Sullivan House will always be a big part of my life because they helped me become the person I am today. I've never been in a regular family setting before. It was hard at times living in the group homes. Yeah. He will get a 3-year guaranteed contract worth about $2 million, though.
Nice.
Which, for him, it's so much.
For a project boy, award of the state, that's
project
crazy.
Child, literally, when you said boy, you didn't mean that racist. You meant a child.
The project children.
Yeah, and so, and not from the projects, meaning he's a project. He's a child who's a project for the team.
He is a ward of the state.
Yeah, that's also, His coach, his assistant coach in high school said, Leon's a good kid who just wants to be loved. They need a ward of the state story so these kids know they can still make it, because a lot of these kids who become wards of the state feel like they're failures. I know I used to tell Leon all the time, hey, you've got a lot going for yourself, son. Don't blow it.
Yeah, to get out of all that is so difficult, man. To dig from it's literally digging from negative, because you've got to worry about, sometimes those people got to worry about, the people in that situation have to worry about yesterday's money that was spent, not today's.
Not even today's.
Forget eating today. I still got to pay for what I financed yesterday.
You're not even thinking about tomorrow.
Oh, God, tomorrow, it's so brutal.
Tomorrow will come in 4 days when you're paying for tomorrow.
I need tomorrow to pay for today. That's what it is. It's so brutal.
So here he is. He goes to Dallas's first mini camp and is thrown out of the practice.
Oh?
That's not good. He later apologized to the team.
He was traded to another team and then thrown out of that practice.
On the first practice.
Damn it.
Didn't even show up and Wow. Don Nelson, the coach, said, "This is part of the growing process. We're just going to continue to have conflicts like this and have resolution. And over a period of time, we're going to grow together solid as a rock."
As a rock.
Okay. August 18th, 1999. This is, I believe, this is from the Chicago Tribune. And it said, Leon Smith's announcement that he was foregoing college for professional basketball was greeted with shock and skepticism when he made it back in May. But the 6'10" King High School product has had the last laugh when the San Antonio Spurs took him in the first round of the draft. The Mavericks intend to send him to Europe for a year for development.
Oh, boy.
But he's guaranteed more than $4 million under the terms of the NBA's new collective bargaining agreement, because that was right after the strike, remember?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, not bad. They said many scouts believe that he's not ready for the NBA and called his maturity into question. He got into a verbal altercation with assistant coach Donnie Nelson during the team's first minicamp. By the way, that's the head coach's son, too.
Yeah.
The head coach's son. So he's going to hear about
Nelson?
that.
Is his
Donnie
son?
Nelson's his son.
Wow.
You know, you just put an E on the end of it and it makes him younger now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, that means that kid's been around the NBA
nothing but basketball.
He's met everybody, this kid that he idolizes.
Nothing but basketball. One of the coaches said, "We expected him to have problems with the coaches. It's always been a mental problem with Leon. He's still not ready. I think the NBA is doing a lot of window dressing. They always push kids to go to college, but they turn around and take a kid like Leon Smith, who everybody knows is not ready. The NBA is very contradictory."
Yeah.
1999 here. He tells the Mavericks that this is November 7th. He tells the Mavericks he has no intention of taking their advice to play in the CBA or IBL this season, and he's ready for the NBA. He tells them that. Wow. So the Mavs had to abide by the new collective bargaining agreement and offer him a 3-year, $1.5 million deal, which he signed. So he turned down more money. He could have, if he signed the deal to go to Europe and did all that, he could have made more money. But he said no. Leon, though, used his second agent, he's already fired one, of course, to handle that deal because he fired his first one after that agent also suggested that he go play somewhere and get
the experience, man.
Okay. Your agent and your coach, here's the thing. Yeah. They both want stuff from you, but they're coming at it from different angles. Right. If they agree with each other, listen to them. Because your agent's for you and your coach is for the team. So you could see your coach saying shit that's not great for you but is better for the team. So your agent's going to tell you, yeah, fuck them. They're going to, put you out to dry for them. He's saying, no, they're right. This will be better for your career. And he says, you're fired.
When both of them agree, that's the right answer. Yeah.
That's the right answer. Yeah. When two people that are disparate and everything else, if they agree on shit, it's probably the right thing to do.
It's the best.
Yeah. That's a fact. So November 16th, 1999 here. Holy shit. The Mavericks rookie spending time now in a psychiatric ward in Dallas after police find him overdosed on aspirin.
Why is he doing that? Like the whole bottle? Like one of those old things?
Some people try to kill themselves with aspirin. That's a thing that
I've heard of it,
done.
yeah. I've never heard of it working, not one.
It can. Usually it's by accident people kill themselves on aspirin. People try, never get it done. A house guest called police late Sunday evening saying Smith threw a large rock through the rear window of his own Ford Explorer.
Okay.
Whoa.
Why is he having a mental breakdown now?
He's not ready for all this.
Yeah.
He's not ready for the pressure.
He's justifying everybody's opinions.
Well, yeah, and the problem is he doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So he he won't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So he only trusts himself. So if someone tells him something, that sends up a red flag and he goes, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to get?
Yeah.
How are they trying to fuck me? I know people like this. It's a certain mentality that I grew up with people like this. It's a mentality that is really fucking hard to break. And unless you know them for years and years and years, everyone's trying to fuck them. And it's just because they had it rough. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It makes sense. And now he's got all this pressure. You have to be an adult. You have to show up at practice. You have to listen. You have to, you have to do the same things as Dirk Nowitzki.
Right.
You're competing for the same position as him. You got.
And Dirk also could dribble. He was not.
A great big
he was
man.
a great player. He was
great
like
all
one
around.
One of the best at it in the West for sure.
If
in the
I'm
league
him,
entirely.
If I'm him, I shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And I make friends with Steve Nash so he throws me alley-oops all fucking day.
There it is.
That's my life if I'm him. But instead,
learn how to get one hand above that rim
That's
and
it.
at a running clip, and he just lobs it into that hand. That's it.
And he's got way too much shit going on, way too much responsibility he's not used to. He's a child. He's not a child, but he's 18 fucking years old. I wasn't ready for this at 18.
Yeah.
This isn't an insult to him. I wouldn't have been ready either. This would have been a mess. But I guess officers arrived. This is wild. They found Smith passed out on the floor of his apartment wearing green war paint on his face.
What?
That takes it to another crazy level right there.
Yeah. War paint and aspirin.
You put war paint on, throw a huge rock through the back of your own car, and then take a shitload of aspirin and fall down. Like, this is insane. Yeah. Smith slightly resisted officers and paramedics, then stopped and stated, quote, oh, my God. He's an Indian and he's fighting Columbus.
I
don't even know. That explains the war paint anyway. That's an explanation. I am an Indian and I'm fighting Columbus.
Well, welcome to 1999, time traveler.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
The visitor, a 33-year-old friend from the group home where he was raised, told police that he had taken more than 250 aspirin.
Uh-huh.
That's too many.
That's
he
a
was
lot.
Taken to the psychiatric ward of Parkland Health and Hospital System, because that's a suicide attempt. Hospital officials said he was in their care and provided no other details. Woof. November 21st, 1999. So this is what? Fucking a week, 5 days later here.
Yeah.
The Mavericks management do little to help troubled prep draftee Leon Smith before his overdose try. They're saying basically they didn't do shit to try to help the kid to begin with.
Right.
They brought him in and were like, well, you're in the deep end, asshole, sink or swim. Which I get it, you're an adult and you're paying him, but if you want him to be successful, that's not the best way to go about it, you know?
Right.
You kind of need to take him along. They said that the NBA has other disheartening cases of prep players shunning the college for the NBA, but none is more alarming than that of 19-year-old Leon Smith. Smith had been abandoned by his parents here, and they said that he begged, I guess Smith's tumultuous upbringing begged for the Mavericks to talk with him, at least before selecting him with the 29th pick. Well, they didn't select him. The Spurs did, and then they traded. Instead, coach and general manager Don Nelson, once considered a coaching genius, but not now. That's funny to put in there.
Not anymore.
Did not bother to do a background check. The Mavericks did not interview Smith. They did not interview his high school coach. They did not talk to people who knew him. That's crazy.
Right.
Crazy back. I mean, that's in the 70s you did that, but not in the late 90s. Oh, my God. So they talked about him going inside his house, painting his face, ingesting 250 aspirin and passing out, and saying he was an Indian fighting Columbus. Nelson concedes his culpability, the head coach. He said, look no farther than me. I'm the guy that decided to take a chance on him. I took a gamble. I rolled the bones. I tried to get a good young player early and see if he could develop, and it didn't work out. At least at this point, it didn't work out. Jesus Christ, he's still in the mental ward, and you're saying, well, fuck that guy.
Right.
Good Lord. But they said that he wouldn't play in Europe. They keep talking about that. He said Smith did not endear himself to the team when he refused during a training camp for rookies and free agents to run wind sprints. You're a rookie, are you not? This is a camp.
I don't like running.
For rookies and free agents.
Yeah,
I hate running. That's why I don't play professional basketball. Also, I don't have the talent, but mainly just the running. It's
it was the running that really did it.
The running.
Yeah.
I just don't want to run that much. That is interesting. They said the year before, Nelson selected 19-year-old Dirk Nowitzki of Germany in the first round.
Yeah.
They said they were, but when they drafted him, several Maverick staff members and a large media contingent were present when he arrived at the airport where he had a news conference. Mm-hmm. Nelson also has flown Nowitzki's coach over from Germany at least 5 times to help Nowitzki's transition to America and allowed Nowitzki to stay at his home until he found an apartment. So he took Nowitzki in like a son.
Yeah.
and basically said, "Hey, fucking loser, fucking play better or fuck you" to this kid.
Southside Chicago, wind sprints. Come here,
Yeah,
Dirk.
let's go.
I got a peanut butter and jelly for you and
yeah,
some Teletubbies at the house.
My wife has your cookies and milk. They're homemade. Now, granted, Dirk still probably ran wind sprints, though. That's the thing. You got to run the wind sprints. They said, conversely, Smith never had a news conference, never was invited to stay at Nelson's home, and never had his high school coach contacted until after Smith was hospitalized. Man, Smith's high school coach said Dallas did not make a mistake drafting Leon because he has the talent to play in the NBA. Where they made a mistake is they failed to go to get to know him and find out about the tremendous problems he's been through. They ignored them and refused to treat him like a human being. They just treated him like a piece of meat. Yeah. Leon's doing much better now. He called me and left a message telling me, "I'm all right now, coach. Don't worry. When are you coming down here to see me?" It's just been a painful ordeal for him to see him go through this. If they had called me or returned my calls earlier, I would have told them they were going to have to pay somebody to stay with this boy. He has experienced so much rejection in his life.
Right.
Hire him a guide, a mentor, basically.
A friend. Give him a friend.
Give him a friend. Teammate Cedric Sabalas said, "We don't know what kind of shoes he's been walking in. Every high school player doesn't go through what Leon's been through, but you've got to give the guy some credit for even getting this far with all the stuff he's been going through." That's nice.
Yeah.
And then there's all these articles about just he's not ready for the NBA. One says, despite physical gifts, troubled teen is not ready, Nelson says. They have no fucking problem just ripping him in fucking articles, saying he's not ready and all this shit. His roommate who called the police said, "I think Leon is on overload. He has this beautiful apartment and he's never lived in his own place. And he has all these people calling him for money because now he's rich."
Right.
He's not rich, by the way.
I mean, by 1999 standards of a 14-year-old kid, he's rich. But an adult, you better hang on to that.
18 years old, 1.4 million. Let's do the math on the taxes on that.
Yeah.
Taxes, agent, all that. You're going to walk with $700,000 for 3 years.
Best, yeah.
And you're going to make that fucking last 60
Forever?
years? Good luck, motherfucker. That's not rich.
In 1999, that's 7 years' salary for well-paid people. That's it.
That's it.
That ain't shit.
That is not, for people making real good money back then.
Right.
So they said that the family, the people he was living with, his roommates, said this guy planned to spend the night at Smith's apartment, but left for a couple hours after Smith's behavior started getting weird. He said he was acting more withdrawn than usual with the face paint. That was pretty bizarre. Things were starting to escalate, and I said, this is not a good place to be. So he left, but then they decided to go back and check on him.
Yeah.
And he said, I think it was really providential that we came back to the apartment. He was in critical condition for several days. When he came back, they found him on the floor OD'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all fucked up. So, Jesus, that's really tough, man. So he's hospitalized, and that's that. Wow. Then they said that his roommate there said, I'm not criticizing, but I think he felt like he was kind of on the outside looking in on the Mavericks. He said, I just know that he needed someone close to him and helping him. He said, children come to us with a real deficit in terms of being able to bond. This is the guy that he was living with who's from the group home there. He said, these people who should care for them the most have let them down. They come to me and say they've never felt safe. This is crazy. Don Nelson says he has all the physical skills, size, speed, leaping, and quickness. All the things you can't teach, he has, and all the things you can teach, he doesn't have. That's the intrigue. Yeah, any coach should look at that and go, that's a piece of clay. Yeah. A great piece of clay that's I can do anything with, basically. But they're just like, he's kind of a pain in the ass. Fuck him.
Yeah.
He's not Dirk Nowitzki. They said any element you want to mention, he wasn't ready for it, is what Coach Don Nelson says about him. They also talk about Nelson believes that his crisis may have stemmed from a breakup with his high school girlfriend from Chicago, meaning the whole aspirin shit and all that.
Sure.
He says, I think she broke up with him. I think that's what really set him off. He also says he was informed that the police found 2 suicide notes in Smith's apartment, one to his girlfriend and one to Nelson and Donnie Nelson.
Oh, hello, daddy and son boss. I want you to know why I'm doing this.
He said it was thanking us for giving him the opportunity.
Oh.
My Christ, this is fucking crazy. So
that's even sadder. Golly.
It really is, man. It really fucking is. This is very sad. Wow. One guy here who's an author talks about child abuse and everything said, Leon and his brother survived something without help or training. They survived without a Phil Jackson or without having a college degree. He says if he can somehow tap into whatever got him off the streets or gave him that gift to play basketball, well, I think he's 6'10". That's the gift, really.
It's a hell of a gift.
It's a pretty good gift to have there. Saying he's going to have to do that again. And he says that also he has to figure out what's making him mad. What is upsetting him so much?
He's furious. Yeah.
And his high school coach talks about the breakup with his girlfriend. He said, I saw his girlfriend the other day. They're still talking. That's what she said Sunday. And he said at lunch, the two sometimes had cry talks. He said, we talked about the time when he was about 9 years old and they were in the park playing and their mom came up to them and then they turned back around to keep playing and she disappeared. She didn't even say bye. She just took off. Jesus Christ, man. That is, that's fucking crazy. So Sonny Vaccaro, who also has a 30 for 30 about him, he's the guy who basically made Nike a basketball powerhouse. And he hosted all of those camps. They were all him, all those high school camps to go to college and all that shit. He is the director of the Adidas ABCD camp, which he was originally a Nike guy, and then he ended up moving to Adidas, which is basically like the McDonald's All-American or any of those deals. He said that was his coming out party. You said ability-wise, this kid has a chance to be in the NBA, but no one really knew what the silence meant because he didn't talk that much. Smith asked to see Vaccaro privately here, and then he said he planned to go pro. Vaccaro told him that was a mistake. This is the guy to ask. He knows this shit. He's going to tell you. He could tell you within 3 spots of where the fuck you're going to get drafted, probably. Right. He knows all this shit. So Vaccaro started asking him because he said, I don't think I get into colleges. And he said, well, what's your test scores? How bad is it? I'm sure this guy's dealt with a lot of this before. And Vaccaro said, he looks me in the eye and says, I've never taken a test.
What?
I've never taken a test.
Ever.
I asked him how his grades were. He said, I don't know. I've never looked at my grades.
Oh, my God.
He just didn't care. He just went to play basketball. God. No one made him do anything. So Vaccaro said, of all the kids I've been around, he needed help the most, and no one knew it. The signs were there. No one took 5 minutes to find out. He said that Vaccaro learned that despite Smith's seeming disinterest in school, he actually liked to read, especially like Langston Hughes, and he read Tuesdays with Maury. So he reads shit. He doesn't, he's not reading like titty magazines. He's reading books. He's not just reading the articles in Hustler to see shit like that, the Penthouse letters. He said it was unbelievable the way he knew about animals because he also read encyclopedias voraciously, they said.
Wow.
He said he'd talk about how animals were the greatest things in the world because their families were so stable. Unless they're eating while they're out gathering food, but,
I really like the kangaroo because he crawls into mom and never comes out of there.
Man. One of his shelters that he stayed in here was the Sullivan House, where Bill Green was the house director, and he said he was pretty sure that Smith never used drugs. He said he tried drinking beer for a month or so, and then we talked him out of it, and then he left it alone. All the kids here have sworn to me that Leon was never into drugs of any sort, and they're the ones who would usually know exactly what's going on. I would say. This guy said, though, that their relationship broke down over the issue of college. He said, we had talked to a lot of schools, but that wasn't his goal. So he said he had fears about taking tests for college. He said if he failed, he didn't want the public to know. That's my observation. He was afraid the papers would tell people that he's dumb.
Right.
That makes sense. His younger brother, now in some articles they say that he's his half brother, and some articles they say, in this article they make a point to say they are full brothers just despite their different last names.
Okay.
So I don't know. His brother is going to went to the Northern Illinois University here. So that's what happened here. They talk about them being separated as teenagers. And one of his coaches said, all of a sudden they said, hey, it's time to go. It felt like these people he trusted all of his life didn't care about him anymore. They broke up his family there. So anyway, he says, I'm optimistic. I think he'll be fine. We're survivors, the one person says about him. So, oh my God. Now Dallas, they talk about here, he's back in Dallas, and they're talking about trying to help him.
Yeah.
They said, he was in the hospital. He spent several days under observation in the psych ward. He was released and is being counseled and monitored within the structure of the NBA's Confidential Player Assistance Program. His friends and family say his friends are saying he's faring much better. The high school assistant coach that he played for there said, everyone's trying to make Leon out to be crazy. They think he's gone off the deep end. Leon is not crazy. All he wants is attention. He wants to play basketball. That's it, period. Mm-hmm. Well, he painted his face green and said he was fighting Columbus. I mean, that's a different...
He wanted to murk Columbus and all of his troops.
Wild. Yeah, he joined a tribe, for fuck's sake. Yeah. That's different. He said, Don Nelson said, we had people looking after him, spending 80% of their time with him. We anticipated that he would have special needs. No, you didn't. There was just articles about the lack of anything. Yeah. He said the talent is there, the skills you can't teach. He said information, knowledge, and experience he doesn't have. We discouraged him from coming here, but once he was here, the idea that we didn't do enough is unjustified. Okay, I'm going to take a guess here. Here's what happened. They brought him in.
Yeah.
They said, hey, we're going to send you to Europe for a couple years.
Yeah, we're going to develop you a little more there. Yeah.
Now, at this point, that way he's not on their roster. So a guy who's not going to play, now they have a roster spot where they can get a veteran or somebody in there that can play, that's actually going to play. And they can kind of keep him in storage for a couple years. He'll get paid, and then he'll come over here. He said no.
Yeah. Also, they saw the writing on the wall of the European players are starting to develop and get better. Perhaps we can send him there and he'll get used to playing that style. Then when he comes back, he learned how to play this game better, and he learned how to play with the European players.
No, not in 1999. The European style was considered a detriment.
But you got Dirk and Ginobili. You had all these people coming from Europe.
They weren't big at the time, though. Who was the best players in the league? None of them were fucking European at the time.
Yeah. Well,
that's what it was. This was how they don't know that, though. They don't know it in 25. How the fuck would they know what the league's going to be like in 20 years?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know anybody that played in the fucking European market at that time either.
No, but you wouldn't sit there,
right?
Watching a bunch of giant black guys dominate the league and go, in 20 years, I think a bunch of European guys are going to do that. You wouldn't think that. You wouldn't think they'd change the rules to make up for their softness, too. That's the thing.
In 99,
the Euros got the shit beaten out of them in the 90s.
Who else was in the league in the 90s?
Nobody.
Huh?
That's what I mean. Sabonis, a couple of
Petrovic.
Eastern Bloc guys. Yeah, Petrovic. I mean, there was a couple, but they were freaks. They weren't.
They were unbelievable.
They were good, but they weren't. I mean, Sabonis might have been good 10 years earlier, but they brought him in way late. But Petrovic was a badass.
Olajuwon and Mutombo, they were searching the world over to find that freak of nature that could just do wild things. They were Africans
that played at American colleges, though.
Oh, okay.
So they, what I mean? Olajuwon played at Houston.
Did Bull play at a college?
Yes, they brought him over here to play in college. Yeah, because he didn't hardly play basketball.
That was an elderly man at that time.
He was also 38 years old at the time they were doing that. But they had no idea the Euro thing was. It was at the time when they took Dirk Nowitzki, they're like, well, you're taking some white European guy. He's gonna be soft and get the shit kicked out of him out there. They didn't realize they were gonna change the rules for him in the next 20 years, make it so no one could touch him and he was allowed to travel. You know what I mean? So it's just different. So at the time, you looked at a kid from the inner city and you go, "That's a basketball player." He grew up playing. So. It's weird, though, but I think they said, listen, you don't want to do that? Fine. We're going to make your fucking life miserable here. We're going to treat you like shit. You want to be on this team? We're going to treat you, no special treatment, not going to try to make you feel better. We're going to fucking make your life miserable. That's what I think they did.
Earn that money.
Yes, and extra, because you fucking pissed us off. And that's what they don't want some 18-year-old telling them shit.
Right.
In the league, nobody does. So... I don't know. They said to give their very youngest players a shot at success, teams have to shoulder some social service responsibilities, according to Harry Edwards, the California Berkeley social psychologist and longtime sports activist who serves as a consultant to pro teams such as the 49ers and the Golden State Warriors as well. Mm-hmm. He said what it comes down to is a farmer slaughtering his calves to meet his meat quotient. The league has to dip deeper and deeper in order to sustain its talent level. It's critically important before a player is drafted that a team evaluate how capable it is as a franchise to deal with that player's baggage.
Yeah.
When you bring a young kid in and stuff his pockets with millions of dollars, you have to be vigilant and aware of some of the possible stumbling blocks. It's not only good human resource management, it's good business. Why would you sign a player to a multi-year contract, a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract, and leave them wandering in a fog-shrouded social and cultural minefield? Because that's the way it was back then. They loved sink or swim. They loved it.
It's tough love.
They took a certain fucking there was a certain verve to people failing. They loved it. Wow, that's what he gets. Like
it's also to the fans of the sport. They enjoy the team putting that player through the ringer because it's blue collar people that are paying. It's
because my job sucks. It's jealous twats who go, my job sucks. Why can't your job suck too?
This overpaid baby, right?
Sorry, but if you grew to 6'10", you'd be loving your life and not fucking working about it too. Or if you did better in school, you wouldn't be complaining. So shut up.
If you were 6'10", you wouldn't fit under the cabinet to do all that plumbing, and they'd make you play basketball.
No shit. They wouldn't want you on the roof. It'd be too long of a tumble while you're fucking hot tarring. You fucking idiot. Shut up.
Or it'd be much easier for you to fall.
Yeah, Christ. So, I don't know. They talk about that, and they say, since 1971, at this time, only 11 players had been drafted by NBA teams right out of high school. Mm-hmm. Oh, he was 11. He was the 11th one.
Wow.
Think about that. That's and three of them were Moses Malone, Kobe Bryant, and Kevin Garnett. So.
Yeah. And some of the others probably failed.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. They said Kobe and Garnett made smooth transitions, but Smith had arguably the most dysfunctional and disadvantaged background of any of the recent preps to pros prodigies. He had it rough, man. So they talk about that. The executive director of one of the group homes said, I know he's with the big boys now. And there's certain expectations when you reach this level, but he just turned 19 on November 2nd. He hasn't had a strong background. When you haven't had that parental backing, there's a hole in your life. While there has been a great opportunity, there's a lot of burden that goes with it. People have come out of the woodwork wanting money from him. Everybody talks about that. They all want money from him. So Leon's high school coach here is a little pissed, saying that basically the Mavericks just shit-canned him off and stuck him on a desert island. Yeah. He said he's doing better. There's a lot of things going on that I'm not at liberty to talk about, but I will say this. The Mavericks aren't worth a darn. Wow, that's pretty funny. Yeah. They said, it's different from high school to the NBA. That's why college is a good transition. They said, they talked about responsibility and accountability. One of the guys said that knew him and said, if you're late in high school, you do an extra lap. If you're late in the NBA, you get fined $1,000.
Yeah.
He said, I personally think he needed to be in college, living in a dorm, going to a cafeteria where his meals were cooked for him, and have that experience as an estuary into adulthood and professional ball. This guy said, I've worked with a lot of kids from broken homes, but hey, I'm not saying a few here or there is going to erase what's happened to him over the last 18 years. Some days he was great, and some days he wasn't so receptive. That's normal for a teenager. He has an agent based out of Tucson, which is a bad sign.
Yeah.
Matt Muehlbach declined to comment about the treatment by the Mavericks and said, because of that, we're all optimistic. He said, though, that he's satisfied with their response to his aspirin overdose and all that kind of shit. Oh, my God. So they said the agent said that he thought Smith would benefit from being with an NBA team with greater resources rather than going to like the CBA or something. He said there's an argument to be made that that's better for someone like Leon. It's not like those leagues are easy leagues either. Yeah. Don Nelson said, I used to look at it differently, meaning drafting a player with no college experience. He said, because the draft is so weak now, I thought if you're ever going to get lucky, it's worth the gamble. He's like, it's a shit draft. There was nobody else anyway. So
we're going to take Sean Marion.
Yeah, come on.
Stupid shot.
Well, they didn't have Sean. They couldn't have taken Sean Marion.
Yeah.
They wish they had Sean Marion. He was fucking great. He was a great player, Sean Marion.
I hated his every time he shot the ball. I was like,
goofy.
No.
But he still put up 20 a game, and his D was nasty. He was
still
didn't
trust any time he shot that ball.
No, it was so ugly. I don't know how it would go in.
I can't believe it.
A shot was uglier than Manute Bulls, and somehow it went in.
Yeah.
He said, if you're ever going to get lucky, it's worth the gamble, but these players need so much work. Nowadays, their contracts are 3 or 4 years, so about the time they get good, they're free agents. I've changed my opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's that. So December 7th, 1999, oh boy, here we go. A judge issues an arrest warrant for Leon after learning that he left Illinois to go to Texas, which he wasn't allowed to do, to receive psychiatric treatment.
Well, that seems like they should give him a pass.
That's one of those, yeah. The judge, though, said his bond slip states that he can't leave the jurisdiction of the court. Oh, boy. And the team president said this is no longer a basketball issue. Leon must focus on getting the care he needs. This action allows him to concentrate solely on that. The Mavericks have suspended him for an indefinite period.
Indefinite. We're talking about it.
Yeah, they said, good, legal trouble. Now we can suspend him. Perfect. That's what they did. The Mavericks are shit in this situation. I blame them. They
exacerbating it, at least.
They picked a guy who needed certain stuff that they weren't prepared to give them. So it's their fault at that point. It's an 18-year-old kid. You're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Figure it out. You know what I mean? Wow. So they said that his lawyer would press for a court order blocking execution of the warrant, but expressed doubt that Smith would be arrested in the hospital in any case. He said if the courts insist on bringing his client to Chicago, he would find a way for him to surrender there. Wow. And then his agent also said, or his former high school coach said, he's not a very worldly 19-year-old.
Okay. Well, what are you looking for?
How many are worldly 19-year-olds? Is an oxymoron.
The word you're looking for is he's street. He knows a neighborhood. He knows how to do things that are not supposed to be known how to do.
He doesn't even know that because he was in a group home. He just knows, it's like saying he's a tall midget. Like, it's a dumb thing to say. It's just stupid. So
why would you expect a 19-year-old to be worldly?
No shit, man. So they talk about, now there's a problem again. This is December 7th, 1999, and this is from the St. Cloud Times. The headline is, not all teenagers mature enough for pro sports. I would say very, very few teenagers are mature enough.
Not all of them.
Let's reverse that too.
Not all of them are.
Yeah, there's like one every 3 years at the time who was mature enough. So it says, quote, he was screaming last Friday, reports say, as he smashed in the car windows of his ex-girlfriend's mother. That's not good.
Nope.
He was cursing all those who had let him down and deserted him, at least in his mind. Pretty soon he was arrested for the second time in a week. The next morning, when he went to see the judge, a public defender had to advise him he didn't even have a lawyer. Wow. Later, the judge says he was amazed about that. The prisoner standing before him was an NBA first-round pick with a $1.45 million contract. Normally, when someone like that comes before the court, they have an attorney.
Right.
So they said that this is crazy. They said it's a message and a warning. Life swirls around a 19-year-old stuck in confusing no man's land. Still something of a child, not quite yet an adult. He's not a girl, he's not yet a woman. That's the problem. He just plays that song over and over again and goes, girl, I hear you. I hear you, Brittany. Sing it, baby. Come on now. I hear you, girl.
You're singing to my soul.
Not yet a woman. Come on, girl. Give it to me.
One day.
One day. So, yeah, they just go on to say basically, they're fucking, think of Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett, and that's not him. What about all the Leon Smiths? Yeah, what about the Leon Smiths? So they had to think about that. It's just ridiculous.
What are you going to do with this guy, though? He's got so many mental issues and abandonment issues, and the NBA is literally abandoning people every day.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do. Yeah, you're family 1 minute, and the next minute you're literally not allowed in the facility anymore.
And you're trade bait to get somebody else better, and we're going to just send 5 shit bodies to fucking Orlando to get somebody else.
No shit. So to get somebody else here. So yeah, there's all these articles talking about, all of this shit. They talk about how, when he was drafted, it was a big deal, and his friends were so excited, and everything was going to be fine. But his old coach said, I remember saying to myself, I never thought it would happen. I thought it was going to be a fast life for him. Leon was not a quick adjuster. I thought it was going to be too much for him. He had so much to overcome. Yeah. Well, they were fucking right. They said everyone has to have someone to lean on. It appears Leon does not have that support. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
Was Sean Kemp a high school NBA guy too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sean Kemp. No. He played junior college for a year.
Okay. All right.
Or some shit like that. He played some college, I believe.
May as well be high school.
Might as well have been, yeah. So they said also him and his brother are complete opposites. Jerry's very outgoing and Leon's really private. The lady who ran one of the houses he lived in, one of the group homes, said he doesn't want people to know his business. He's always been very sensitive. And I guess so. One says here that they said that the reason he had to leave the one program is because they didn't have a teen program. And the guy who ran part of this said, I thought it was terrible. Most kids, there's some consistency in where they're going to go, and he didn't even have that. So basically, they're just connecting this with the NBA, saying that, fucking, it's to be expected. They're talking about his mother sometimes bringing his sisters when he was later on and saying, I don't think she ever felt comfortable. I don't think he ever made her feel comfortable. Okay. Yeah, no shit. Now, his mom says, quote, it's like he doesn't have no one. Everybody's coming out saying they're a surrogate parent. I was his mother all along. Everyone is trying to claim him as theirs. Man. Well, yeah, excuse me.
The state of Illinois argues with you.
Yeah, they would have something different to say as your kids wandered around looking for food at 2 a.m. By the way, when he got tossed out of the first pro practice, Donnie Nelson, the assistant coach, ordered the players to run extra wind sprints, and Smith said, why don't you run it?
Oh?
And flung his jersey on the floor and stormed out.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, that is not okay there. You can't do that, obviously. That ain't going to fucking work. So, obviously, he's got issues. And Don Nelson said, the young man is in serious need of help. I've known that for some time, and I hope he gets it. Now, I think he doesn't. I think he doesn't care, and I think he's thrilled that he broke this kid because now he gets to fill that roster spot with somebody else. That's what I think. Yeah. I'm just saying, in my opinion.
On the team. Yeah.
That's what my opinion seems like. He didn't want him on the roster. He got stuck with him on the roster because he made a fucking stupid move trading for a guy that he didn't know shit about.
And then he tried. Yeah. And then he got this train wreck of a person who needs things.
Yeah,
he's not capable of doing it. Not even it may not. He's certainly capable of helping him. Why do that when there's another guy that is probably better and doesn't need the help?
It doesn't need. You can get some veteran. Yeah, some guy signing a veteran minimum contract and get him on the bench.
Concac's out there somewhere.
Yeah, something. No shit. John Concac is available, people. We can get Frank Burkowski out of retirement right now.
In a second.
His coach from high school said they treated him like junk. And then he said, quote, God don't make no junk.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Like fucking, like the guy on Reno 911.
Yeah. Doesn't make no junk at all, huh? Okay.
Didn't he say that before he fucking did a shot and rode off on a motorcycle?
God don't make no junk?
Tommy Hawk or whatever his name was. The bounty hunter guy, the bounty hunter guy they came into. He'd say, God don't make no junk. And then he'd do a shot and he'd
It's
what's his name?
Dietrich
that
Bader.
Guy. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I'm like that guy.
He's terrific. I didn't realize you said that. That's very funny.
No shit. They said at the court date, his last court date, he was receiving psychiatric treatment. He was escorted by 2 members of the NBA Players Association Assistance Program, which, by the way, is not the Dallas Mavericks. That's the Players.
That's the union.
That's the union. Then they hustled him into a black Cadillac. His mother rushed to the car to peer in. The door slammed, leaving her on the street alone. In her hand, she held a piece of paper she had tried to give to her son. It was her phone number. She's trying to slip, and they said, "Fuck off."
Get out of here, lady. You did this to him. Go away.
Yeah, this is fucks. Wow, that's so fucked up, man. Yeah. That's messed up. February 1st, 2000, headline, "Too much, too soon."
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. They said...
They should have known that it was too much too soon. The problem is they want perfect between the ears to earn the money that they're paying good money. They want quality products for it. Sometimes you're going to get one that's fucked up.
And especially if you got, okay, let's say you drafted Tim Duncan and he did 4 years at Wake Forest and everything was fine and he's supposed to be the greatest team player, and he shows up and he's like, "Why don't you run wind sprints? Fuck you." And then it's like, what the hell just happened?
What is this guy? Yeah.
When you pick an 18-year-old who grew up in group homes, you have a different responsibility.
Yeah.
You just do.
Went to bed hungry a lot.
Well, this gets even weirder. This is from the New York Times. They talk about how he's trying to get back into the NBA. The article starts out, Leon Smith looked at his right arm, then his left. As he awoke in a hospital after a suicide attempt, he asked a doctor why only the left arm still had an intravenous line. She said, the doctor, quote, "The coach said to take the IV out of your right arm. He said that's your shooting hand."
Oh, my God.
Who cares? He's in the hospital. This is fucking crazy. That is... insane. But they said this is the guy from the team said, "I didn't instruct the doctor to take the IV out. I just mentioned it." You just mentioned it. Why are you mentioning it? Yeah. People can look at that the way they want, but at least I got in there to visit him. Where was everybody else when Leon needed help? You what? Dude,
you're in there trying to get needles out of arms, thinking that causes damage to a shot?
Wow, that is ridiculous. Donnie Nelson said, you, the assistant coach, you look at the lack of big talented people in the NBA and in college basketball, and if we didn't take him, someone else would have. That was the worst draft in 10 years. If you're going to take a risk, the rule of thumb is take it on a big guy with some potential. We couldn't although Ginobili is like arguably the biggest star of the draft at that point. We couldn't delve into Leon's medical records, but we knew about the issues and challenges. It goes against any grain. You do not cut or trade talented young players unless it's for fantastic reasons. Leon has a 7'5" wingspan, which is a big deal. 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan.
That's bigger than he is tall. That's big.
Yeah. They said, looking back, maybe you sometimes get blinded by talent. Yeah, now they're looking for guys that have like a 7-inch over their. Yeah, that's what they look for. One high-ranking league official who spoke under the condition of anonymity said, quote, "They can defend themselves all they want, but how do you draft a player without ever talking to them?" Mm-hmm. There you go. And that's a fact. They said that his friends kept asking him for money. He felt the Mavericks didn't want him around. Then he and his girlfriend, Cassie Poindexter, a 16-year-old star in basketball in Chicago, also broke up. Yeah. He was dating a junior in high. Dude, he's dating a child because he's a child.
Right.
But they grew up. They were in the same school, so it's not even like.
So it's normal. It's home to him.
Yeah, he was a senior dating a sophomore. Now he's a fucking NBA rookie dating a junior.
Yeah. Now he's a man with a child.
Wow. That is, that's ridiculous. He says that, and then he was arrested again for threatening his ex-girlfriend and damaging her mother's car. He said, "I'm not afraid to tell anyone that I was hurt because I was. When you care for someone, you want to see them. I had to get past that."
Right.
Yeah, he didn't even know how to deal with a girlfriend's breakup. Never mind be in the fucking NBA. That is insane.
Too much.
It's fucking wild.
Too much too soon. That's what that is.
He said, I think I'm, it's exact good article. I think I'm ready to play at this level. I'm just working as hard as I can just in case someone calls me up. I'm in AAA right now trying to make it to the majors. Okay. February 2nd, like the next day, the Mavericks release him.
Ooh.
He is released by the Mavericks there, so they have to pay him. They have to give him his $1.45 million, which is interesting. But they're trying to see if another team will deal that. If not, the Mavs have to pay it out over 10 years, so they don't have to pay him all right away. It should be like a job. Like if you fire someone and you got to pay them what you owe them at the time you fire them, it should be the same thing in the NBA. If you cut a guy, you should have to pay out his whole contract right there.
Sure, yeah.
Here's a check, walk out the door.
You told him to stay here. What the fuck?
You fucking signed it. He couldn't just leave.
Right.
So if you're going to cut him, you have to pay him. That's how it should be. Anyway, it's the NBA Player Association chief, Billy Hunter, who is personally representing Smith, said that several teams have inquired about him. He said, my ambition is to move ahead with the second phase, and that's the rebirth of Leon Smith, and I'm extremely hopeful that will happen. Let's hope so. Jesus Christ. Smith never played a game with the Mavericks. A change in ownership almost kept him with this team because incoming owner Mark Cuban didn't want to write him off, they said.
Really?
He said, wait, because he wasn't the owner till now.
Yeah.
He said, why are we getting rid of this guy? He's a young guy, blah, 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 blah.
Hang on to him a minute.
The team president said Mark wanted to explore the option of Leon staying with us, and we did that to his satisfaction. They got rid of him and told these people are scumbags underneath Cuban at this time. Yeah. But Mark made it clear from the very beginning that whatever the Players Association thought was in Leon's best interest is what we would do. Okay, May 17th, 2000, he is going to plead guilty here. He's going to plead guilty to criminal damage to property.
Yeah.
And he is also going to have to go to, I guess this is in domestic violence court, and this includes an order he stay away from the residence of his former girlfriend and that he have medical attention on a consistent basis. They dropped the I guess they had charges of aggravated assault violations from a previous protection order, and a bail bond were dropped.
Oh.
So all of the charges stemmed from an ill-fated visit made by Smith to Chicago in December when he was undergoing psychiatric treatment. He was jailed on charges of brandishing a gun at his 16-year-old former girlfriend.
Oh, boy.
Then smashing the windows of his mother's car. Wow. He loves smashing windows.
Sure does.
This is crazy. So he is going to be put on probation here, it looks like. And they tell him, you, sir, may fuck off 18 months of probation.
That's a long time.
That's a long time, 18 months for a kid that age. Yeah.
Right.
That's a real young time.
Dang.
That's a long time for a young kid. So he's sitting around just trying to figure out what the fuck he's going to do with his life now. What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you play?
He's got 18 months to work it out.
He's got this guy, Billy Hunter's trying to help him find a place to go. And this could be good because they would find a situation where the team knows what they're dealing with and is willing to take that on as well. Right. You know what I mean now, because everybody understands things now. But for now, he's sitting around. He starts thinking about fighting Columbus again.
Uh-huh.
And then out of nowhere, the clouds part.
Yeah. The
clouds part, and there's a knock on his roof. It's not even on the door. It's on the roof because the clouds have parted. And it's God. Yeah. It's God himself. And he says, Leon?
Yeah.
How is it you've come to arrive here, Leon? Leon. I gave you everything, Leon. Sure. No, I didn't give you a family or parents or food or love, or any sort of upbringing. But Leon, I made you very, very tall, Leon. That is the most important thing here. Height. I gave you the ability. I don't. You ruined my ending, damn it.
Damn it, sorry.
Jimmie, stepping on my toes? I shall smite thee for stepping on the jokes of God.
The sandaled
How
feet.
dare you? Anyway, blah, blah, blah. God don't make no junk. And then poof, in more clouds, and the roof closes, and God's gone. And Leon is very, very confused about what's going on right now. He repaints his face and starts looking for Columbus. It's real weird shit that's happened.
Regroups, re-battle plan.
Another battle plan. Yeah. So, June 25th, 2000, he is playing for Team Adidas in the Chicago Pro-Am League.
That's not good, right?
I don't even know what the fuck that is. No, that's not Europe.
Adidas?
That's not the Adidas. I mean, I guess they sponsor the league. I don't know. The Rockets executive vice president said physically he's quite imposing. We worked him out, but it's more than just a physical development for him. There's evidently some emotional things there. I hope he's coming along well because he's a very nice young man. Yeah, he seems to have problems, but he doesn't understand. But now the NBA commissioner, who insists, David Stern at the time, insists the D League, now it's the G League, it was the D League, because D sounds like a bad grade.
Yeah, right.
G
sounds worse. It sounds like the worst grade. So bad we don't even give these.
Yeah, like G isn't a grade, so you can't say, you get it's next the F League, you know what I mean, or whatever. But D never sounded good. They said that league was not created with Leon Smith in mind. Sees baseball's format as a model, meaning it's a minor league model. Yeah. Stern says he's discussed an alliance between the D League and CBA officials. He said, this is not about 18-year-olds who can't make it in the NBA. That's a different problem we're trying to address right now. So proponents see the D-League as a way for the NBA to avoid this, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. They said with Leon, there was a whole lot of things involved, but he's gotten all that behind him, and he'll be ready this time. He's rectified his situation, and he'll be in a better frame of mind. He's good now. That's what they're saying. Don't you worry about him. November 4th, 2000, here he is. They said that when he kept getting in trouble last year, the NBA Players Association stepped in to handle his affairs. That is no longer the case. Billy Hunter said, we're not managing Leon's affairs anymore. We terminated our relationship with Leon at the end of last season. Fortunately for Leon, he gets paid over the next 9 seasons. He's got 9 more years of paychecks coming to him. Beyond that, he's pretty much on his own.
Oh, deal with it yourself. Yeah.
They said, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't invited to any NBA training camps after playing in the Pro-Am League there. So that's not great. So he'll receive $150,000 a year for 10 years. Not bad.
That's not bad. That's a pretty good.
No.
Yeah.
That's not bad. 2000, 2001, he is playing in the IBL, the International Basketball League, which he's playing for a team in the exotic international locale of, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly, St. Louis. Is that how you pronounce it?
I've heard.
I think it's St. Louis. St. Louis Swarm he's playing for. Very international. Very cosmopolitan. December 17th, 2000, troubled Leon Smith has put his troubles behind him and begun a comeback with minor league basketball team. Chicago Tribune, fluff piecing him up here. That's what they're saying. They're talking about him. He's all going to be ready. He said, quote, I played like a person who just played his first game. I was expecting more. Given the time, I could have done more, but I was put in during certain spurts. He's saying in his first game, he had 7 points and 11 rebounds in 28 minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
So they said not bad, but not great.
Could be better.
The coach said, Bernie Bickerstaff is the coach.
Oh.
He said he's very talented. He said the talent is really no problem. He has to surmount a stigma. That's unfortunate, but one thing I know, people in the NBA are forgiving. Young people make mistakes. Okay, there you go. So will he get back to the NBA? That's the thing here. Will he get back? Because otherwise, I mean, I don't know. So they keep talking about all this shit, and he's just playing for St. Louis, and he says, I feel if I play the best I can, then it'll be there. There's no timetable. When the time is right, it'll happen. So here we go. he finds family in the CBA, another article
good.
says.
It's about time.
Yeah, on a recent Monday morning in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, front office workers for the reborn Continental Basketball Association Skyforce had their preparations for a weekend home opener interrupted by a visit from the team's 6'10", 250-pound starting center. Talking about him coming in, being real gregarious with everybody and all that kind of shit. They said when he was thanking our staff, he told them, "I've never had a cake for my birthday before."
What?
If you think about it, what happened with Leon is something pretty special. He never had a birthday cake. That's pretty fucked up. I mean, we don't know if that's true or not, but it doesn't sound good. They said he's so soft-spoken, he's barely audible. Also, they keep talking about that. He's just real humble.
Quiet. Yeah.
He said, "I don't want this to be the last chance, but at the same time, in order to be a better person, it could be the last chance. The negative stuff from the past definitely humbled me. I had to let go of a lot of it and just focus on basketball again." Sure. All right, well, you should do that. Absolutely. The one coach said he's a pleasure to work with and blah, 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 blah. So they said Smith was released. He said because he signed, I guess he signed with the Globetrotters for a minute here.
Fine,
he got invited to a tryout camp, and they said that, they liked him, but he fell outside of our tolerance ban. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Tolerance for what?
Aspirin? I don't know.
That's not a good tolerance for those. But he says, "I just couldn't seem to get a break, and when I did, I messed it up." That's what he said. So he's having a problem. Everybody he has tremendous potential, raw ability, all this type of shit. But at some point, you have to actually put it all together. So he's trying to. He says sometimes it's easy. He said sometimes it's just being in the right spot, and other times it takes that extra step to get open. He says that he's also on probation still. He said, "If I need to talk to someone, there's a lot of great guys on this team to talk to." Mm-hmm. All right. November 30th, 2001, he leaves the Skyforce.
Oh?
Yeah. In one of the least surprising developments in recent CBA history, Leon Smith's closely watched comeback attempt in Sioux Falls has ended abruptly. 4 games it lasted, by the way.
Yeah. That's a good career.
Oh, yeah. So he had some problems. The coach said, "Both Leon and I decided it would be best if he pursued his career elsewhere."
That's fun, yeah.
Which is not great if the fucking Sioux City or whatever the fuck Skyforce tell you that. Jesus Christ. They said, "We're trying to decide what's best for Leon's future right now. I'm in the process of working on a trade with other CBA teams." What the fuck? I guess he had 30 points and 18 rebounds in the last game, but now he's gone, which I don't understand it. So they say here, this is December 8th, 2001. He's got a new team.
Here we go.
The Gary Steelheads.
From Indiana.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Gary Steelheads. Smith said, "I got my man Henry right here," pointing to James. "He scores. I can rebound and do what I need to do. He opens it up for everybody."
Okay.
Now, January 14th, 2002, the Atlanta Hawks sign him to a 10-day contract.
All right.
That's the tryout contract, essentially, those 10-dayers.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll keep signing you to a bunch of them, and then you might get signed. It happens all the time. Yeah. January 16th, 2002, here he is. He's called up from the CBA, and he said, "I'm definitely more responsible now." He's ready to go. He said, "I'm very excited and feel thankful for the opportunity. I'm ready to take on the responsibility of being a professional basketball player." I mean, I don't know what the hell else he's been. Yeah.
Aren't the Steelheads professional?
I think he's getting paid for that. He said, "It's just my time to grow up. I don't want to stay young forever. I don't want to be left behind by people in my class. I just want to be productive in this society."
Yeah.
So 2001, 2002, Atlanta Hawks are a 33-49 team, type of team that looks for extra guys in the CBA. Sharif Abdur-Rahim on this team, trying to see who else. Alan Henderson, Tony Kukoc. Holy shit, I forgot he was on this team.
This was a tough Atlanta team. Yeah.
Theo Ratliff, Dickie Simpkins, Reggie Slater, Leon, Jason Terry. Okay.
That's good.
January.
What year?
That's 2002, 2001, okay. 2002.
Early
Hawks. Yeah. He got drafted. I think he was the same draft as Leon.
He was, yeah. Took him a few years to get over to Boston and be good.
Totally. January 24th, 2002, he signs a second 10-day contract with the Hawks.
Oh, we're going to give him almost 3 damn weeks.
Jesus Christ. Not bad. February 1st, 2002, is waived by the Hawks.
God damn it.
Almost.
So yeah.
Yep. February 6th, 2002 here. Smith waits for resolution. They said the Hawks don't know whether to say goodbye to Leon Smith, so they simply said maybe. Oh. They declined to sign him for the rest of the season, but they didn't send him packing for the CBA. They didn't send him anywhere. Leon said they don't exactly know what they want to do. They know he's not with the club. He's not playing for the Hawks, and he's not playing in down there. So they don't know what the fuck they're going to do here. They don't know. They said we're going to see if Allen can practice hard, how close he'll be to ready, meaning Allen Henderson. Then we'll make a decision of what to do about Leon. He worked hard and he was on time. We were happy with what we saw of him in his time here, and if it works out, we'd like to have him back.
Sure.
March 6th, 2002, a month later, he signs a multi-year deal with the fucking Hawks.
Oh, they got him back.
They got him back. Talk about working your way back from shit.
That's a painful way to get it too,
dude. That would make you appreciate it. Like,
yeah,
or this is hard.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, this is not a right. Yeah. This is a privilege, or it would make you crazy. He plays in 14 games that season, by the way, 2001 and 2. 14 games, only averaged 7.1 minutes. So he's a
nothing
total bench guy. I mean, let's see what's he got points per game. 2.2 points a game, 2.2 rebounds a game. He's barely in there. Yeah. Here we go. August 2nd, 2002, he's traded by the Hawks with Tony Kukoc, mind you.
Oh, that's great.
For a 2003 first-round draft pick to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Oh, and a first-round draft pick. So it's Leon, Tony, a first-round draft pick for Glenn Robinson.
Oh, that's a good trade.
The big dog. That's the big dog there. Yeah. But September 20th, 2002, he's waived by the Bucks. Never played a game with them. They never gave him a chance. No, he got thrown in. Basically, Atlanta said, you're going to pay this guy's salary.
Yeah.
You're going to pay him off. Yeah. That's it. So now he's fucked again. Now he's got no team again. I mean, at this point, at first you're like, you're kind of being a jerk off, but then he's working hard and you kind of feel, you feel kind of bad for him at this point that he's trying. Everybody says he's working hard. He's not getting the chances he needs to succeed at this point. Yeah. He's only 22.
So young.
He's 22. He's the same age Tim Duncan was when he came out of college.
Yeah.
Like,
they see something in there, though, right?
I would hope you see the last 4 years as college, basically, for him, I would imagine. But, I mean, you kind of feel bad for him, but not nearly as bad as you feel for Leon Smith.
Oh, no.
Corporate compliance manager at Metro Transit Authority. Where is that? Oh, it's in New York. He works at MT. I wonder if my brother knows him.
Possible. Yeah.
It's possible. That guy, Leon Smith, building fast query, a scientist, naturalist, and nerd in San Francisco, California. Okay. I don't think that's our Leon.
No.
He's worked as a data engineer. Yeah, I don't think that's our guy. Leon Smith. Who is this guy? A lawyer? Yeah, experienced. Oh, he's the mayor. He's running for mayor. 16 years as mayor of Oxford. He's dedicated to serving the people of Oxford, bringing opportunity and industry and jobs, and he's conscientious, moving Oxford forward in a financially sound way. Vote to re-elect Leon Smith.
Oxford what?
Don't know. Who the fuck knows? No idea. Yeah, he's got an American flag next to him in the picture, so it's definitely California
Oxford, Nebraska.
Something.
Okay.
Oxford, Alabama. There it is. Oxford, Alabama.
Yeah.
And then Leon Smith, hot tap / line stop technician.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the the greater Minneapolis area. Also, Leon Smith, General Warehouse at Dollar General Warehouse.
Oh, no.
In Clarksville, Virginia.
Didn't we? Wasn't that weren't the warehouses like the worst places?
Yes.
They're bad.
They're so fucking bad. Yeah. And then finally, Leon Smith, who in 2003 was on the run from Crime Stoppers of Central Indiana, who are offering a reward for his arrest, who was wanted on a variety of criminal charges under several different names.
We're positive that's not him?
Well, he's 24. He's too young. He's too old, this guy.
Yeah.
Our guy would have been 23 at the time. He's charged with beating a woman. As his ex-girlfriend, as a matter of fact, here. Wow. The woman said Smith was walking with her down the street when he became angry and beat her. She flagged down a police officer who was driving toward them, and Smith ran into a nearby home in which he had been staying. They chased him inside but didn't find him, but they did find 2 guns and some crack.
Oh.
So he's got a whole bunch of charges coming up here.
Now there's a real problem.
Now he's got a lot of problems. October 31st, 2002. Mm-hmm. Leon, our Leon here, he was with the Grand Rapids Hoops. He had signed a contract with the Hoops and then abruptly left the team, saying he wants to play closer to his home in Chicago. Grand Rapids, Michigan, too far away. Yeah. The Hoops coach said Leon decided he wanted to play closer to home, something I had no indication would happen when we pursued to sign him with the Hoops. He said, this is unfortunate, but honestly, it's better it happened now than a week from now. Yeah, look, we didn't design plays for him and shit.
Right.
They said, we're burning up the phones right now trying to find players of size we can bring in to camp because he was going to be the starting center, they said. So now he's not. So November 1st, he's a steelhead again. He signs with Gary, which Gary is by Chicago. So there you go. April 7th, 2003. Here we go. He is with the Harlem Globetrotters now.
All right.
Yes. They say that he's the backup center for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yep.
This article calls him the poster child for NBA ill-preparedness.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They, everybody. The whole organization from top to bottom fucked up.
Throw a bucket at me, make me flinch, and have me be covered in confetti. Yeah. They're introducing him as Fabulous Leon Smith because he's a Globetrotter, so you got to have a nickname here. He was the first substitute off the Trotters bench here, and he misfired a jumper, threw up a wild jump hook, was badly out of sync on an alley-oop attempt, and missed 2 free throws. Doing great. Terrible. They said he played with a lot of energy and effort, though. The problem with basketball is if it's like hitting a baseball. You can't just stop doing it for a while. Even if you stop for 2 weeks, you go back, you can't hit a fucking thing, and you can't hit a shot either. You need like a little while to get in sync. And in a game situation, the speed is way different than practice, and there's no way to do that. 2003, May 21st here, Smith's return doesn't help Rockers.
No.
Okay. The return of Leon Smith to the Fort Worth, Dallas area failed to spark the Texas Rim Rockers as they lost in overtime. He had 8 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists, and was called for a technical foul and a flagrant foul during the game. Doing great. July 4th, 2003. Let's see what he got here. They're talking about, will he be a Laker? He has taken a step toward becoming a member of the Lakers. Okay. That's what they said. I don't know what that step is. But he's going to play in the LA Pro Summer League, which is in Long Beach, and the Lakers keep an eye on that.
Okay.
But September 11, 2003, back to the Steelheads.
Okay.
Old reliable. They'll always sign him here. November 23rd, 2003, Steelheads show off strength and win. Okay. Just wait, says Leon Smith. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. He's doing well. He had 20 points and 10 rebounds that night. He's going to dominate. Absolutely dominate here. He's the hold on. Just a few feet from the basket support was Gary Mayer, Scott King, and a Steelheads ball boy. Neither of them were hurt. I guess he fell down and was hanging on the rim and got crashed into it. So Leon said, I looked to see if I had hit anyone. I would have been crushed if it had. I saw the ball boy, and he was like, man, I hope he's all right. I guess he pulled the rim down. That's what happened here. Yeah, that's cool. That's fun. Yeah. Teammate Lewis Truscott missed a shot from close. He was fouled. Smith went airborne to guide the ball through and wound up hanging on the rim. Suddenly, the entire structure folded like a cheap accordion. Mm-hmm. which is, by the way, what they use in the CBA for hoops.
Really?
They're cheap accordions is what they use. That's what hoops are put on top of. So
that way, when it comes down, it makes a fun noise.
it's more fun. Yeah, it's a lot more fun. Heath Smith said the mayor was there too. Oh wow. Oh shit! Almost killed the mayor and the ball boy. Oh well. So he said he's been playing hard his whole life and he's ready to get back to it. He said, I just go with the flow in the game. I'm not ready to take certain shots because they're not designed for me. So I've got to take my own shots. I got to make my own shots in the meantime. Mm-hmm. December 31st, 2003, the Knicks are considering signing him here. Yeah, that's interesting. They said whether the Knicks are dispensing with owner Jim Dolan's desire to have a character team. The fuck out of here. The Knicks have sucked forever. Shut up, characters. Get people who play basketball well. Yeah. I don't care if they murder people in the parking lot at this point. Jesus Christ.
They did. They had a great season last year, but again, heartbreak.
Heartbreak. That's every fucking time. But they say, a lot of people in his situation would have turned to drugs or alcohol, and he hasn't. They think he's strong, and he ends up signing with the Great Lakes Storm instead. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yep, they said Leon Smith's an NBA player, and we want to help him develop his skills and get into the NBA. April 7th, 2004, he signs a contract with the Seattle Supersonics, who are a team still.
He's still trying, huh?
Still fucking trying. He's still playing. He's only 24. He's not even 24 yet.
Wow.
He's 23 and change. I mean, he's young as shit. So, I mean, man. But they're talking about he's signing with the Sonics. He says, I don't dwell on it every day, meaning the other problems he's had. I'm basically moving forward. If situations present themselves off the court, I won't fall into them again. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect, but I'll be ready. Okay. And the coach, Nate McMillan, said, quote, we needed a body. You're a body. You're not even.
Yikes.
Wow. That's incredible. We needed a body.
We're not allowed to put cutouts of Larry David out there.
They won't let us do it. He said, I hope I can be an energetic player and bring some leadership. Leadership? What the hell are you talking about here?
You can't lead yourself.
You can't lead Ugats here, but he's got a shot with the Sonics. He said, I'm not going to let my character as far as being a people person come into question. It's more personal than anything. My character will do the work for itself. So this is a 37-45 team, the type of team that needs a body and just a body. Nate McMillan, the coach. They don't make the playoffs as usual. Right. So October 4th, 2004, he signed a contract with them again. This is the Ray Allen, Antonio Daniels, Vitaly Potapenko, fucking Luke Ridenour. This is a bad team.
Luke Ridenour played it? Oh, yay.
This is why they moved, I think. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think they knew that they were moving already at this point.
I think you're right.
Why would you have Luke Ridenour? That guy's
terrible. I don't know. He was bad. Yeah. October 7th, 2004, he is waived by the Seattle Supersonics. Mm-hmm. He played in one game, 4 minutes. Jesus Christ. 4 fucking minutes? Do you have any points? 2 points he had in that game. Okay. So looks like in the NBA, he played a grand total of 15 games.
Wow.
He played 11.1 minutes in the NBA.
First round draft pick,
11.1 minutes, and he averages 2.2 points a game.
Okay.
This is not a good career. 2007, he goes to play for Estudiantes de Bahia Blanca.
Where the fuck? Is that Spain?
I guess so. Argentine sports club based in Bahia Blanca, Buenos Aires province. The club is best known for its basketball team that currently played in the main levels of Argentina. That's what that's what Wikipedia says. It is also nicknamed, this team, Albo, for white, for the traditional white color of its uniform. Okay. So basically, after that, he completely fucking disappears.
Just, everything
completely
dried up.
Disappears off the face of the earth.
Yeah, and he
doesn't play anymore. Yeah. That's it. Went and got a job at a factory or some shit because never here, doesn't get arrested, doesn't
ever
do shit.
Again?
Just disappears. We assume he's alive at this point.
What the fuck?
Didn't hear about him dying. I figure that would have been in the paper at least. Somebody who played in the NBA died.
He's certainly got mental issues and childhood trauma.
and he hasn't gotten a paycheck in over 15 years. So
what if he's just a mail carrier out there, 6'10", 6'11" mail carrier?
You see some 6'11" motherfucker walking around, ask him
just
how
say Leon,
Don,
see if he turns around.
Just be like, Don Nelson's a dick, and see if he goes, that's right.
I got news.
Hell yeah.
Want to hear a story?
Just don't claim to be Christopher Columbus, whatever
Never.
you do.
No.
Never. That's dangerous.
Don't wear any Christopher Columbus gear. Stay away from the Knights of Columbus.
Don't even fucking wear an Ohio State hat. Nothing. Just away from Columbus.
The fuck away.
Can't get enough of Leon here? Well, here
I hope
is
he's okay.
Me too. 1999 Collector's Edge rookie Leon card here. It's 99 cents.
Wow.
So I think you can get that.
It's worth nothing.
And also a 1999 Sage number 45 Leon Smith. It's him in the ABCD Adidas. Yeah. He was the senior MVP. He's holding the trophy, or holding the plaque, I should say. $2.09 or best offer.
God, his career just sucks, right?
It's just bad. And then finally, a 2001-2002 Topps TCC basketball rookie Leon Smith on the Atlanta Hawks, 99 cents. So,
I mean, I guess we hope that this just turned into he found a different career and he's really good at that.
Yeah. I really do. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope he ended up having a career. I feel like he would have gotten into drugs by now.
But before, yeah, there would have been a drug problem, yeah.
So I hope he found a normal career, and I hope he found some fucking peace, honestly. I just hope he found some peace. Yeah. I hope he maybe had a family that he
right.
Maybe
created
he feels
his own, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's got a wife and a couple of kids and feels like he's got something now or something. I don't know, man. But either way, that is Leon Smith. I know there wasn't a million arrests in that or anything like that, but this is just a wild tale of the whole thing.
There's crime there, and the crime didn't derail his career. He just derailed his career. It's a mental issue. This guy's needs so much help. God damn.
And it's these sports eating their young and everything else. It's what it is. So there you go. If you enjoyed that, tell everybody. Get on whatever app you're on and give us 5 stars. It really, really helps the show. So do that, please. Also follow us on social media at Crime and Sports. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com where you get all of your tickets for live shows for Small Town Murder and all of the merch for all of our shows, actually. So get your tickets. Seattle and Philly in October and in December are available for purchase right now. All the rest are sold out. Thank you so much for doing that. Get yourself some Patreon. Please. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all of the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get hundreds of back episodes of bonus stuff you've never heard before. Second, you subscribe. Then you get new ones every other week. 1 Crime and Sports, 1 Small Town Murder. This week, which we're going to get here for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about the history of gambling since 2018. When it became legal outside of Nevada, and all sorts of athletes are getting in trouble now because they can just do it on their phone, and it's people with a problem. The problem is, even though they know that they shouldn't be doing this, they have a problem. That's why they still do it.
Yeah, and you've facilitated this by making it incredibly easy.
Yeah. Well, they think, people aren't going to throw away their lucrative career. Well, people have thrown away their homes, their families, their jobs for fucking millennia. So it's going to keep going on. And then for Small Town Murder, it is not a dealer's choice. No. It's a player's choice. You choose either Ted Bundy helping to try to catch the Green River Killer while also keeping himself out of the electric chair for a minute. Or, self-serving, but also interesting as shit.
Yeah.
Or the history of executions in the United States. They're both pretty strongly voted for right now. I'm letting everybody vote via my fucking Instagram messages. So send that to me there. Just do Bundy or execution so it's easier for me to read. I don't have to open every single one of them. And I'm keeping track, and we'll figure that out. Patreon.com/crimeinsports. And you get all the shows.
Everything.
Small Town Murder, Your Stupid Opinions, Crime and Sports, ad-free on our Patreon. You can plug your RSS feed from that right into whatever you like to use and go from there. And you get a shout out as well. Jimmie, hit me with the names of the most fantastic, fabulous Leons, we'll call them. The most fabulous Leons that we've ever encountered. Jimmie, hit me with them right goddamn now.
This week's executive producers are Auntie,
Auntie or Antony?
Auntie Andy. It's so fucking difficult to say, but she's kicking cancer's ass, so good for you, Auntie Andy.
Hey, whoop that ass, Auntie Andy.
Jillian Quinn, Jacqueline Hannaford, and her pet cat. A pet cat. Every time I hear cat, in my head I see Edgar Suit saying pet cat real loud.
Yes,
Her
yes.
pet cat Pixie, Mr. Pixie.
Hey, Pixie.
Pet cat. Spencer Westcott, happy birthday. Other producers this week. Yes, thank you all so much for what you do. Other producers are Liz Vasquez, Smothered and Covered. Not necessarily Liz Smothered and Covered, but just not. Smothered and Covered.
Liz is a nice lady. We don't want to smother her or cover.
No. Happy Hour checking in at home in Conroe, Texas. Janice Hill, Hannah Jo Kenyon, Mindy Jackson, Jerry Price, Shannon Campbell, May Lynn, Cheyenne with no last name, Clint Menard with a K, Clint? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Teresa Walsh, Melissa Hibbett, No. I guess that's your no place. I don't know what no means. A penis deleted or
no spot.
Or a giant. The no.
You know.
Cecil Moon, Julia Freitner, John with no last name, Rhonda Montgomery, Siobhan Odell, Lilibeth with no last name, Andrew Powley, Nay with no last name, probably cousin of No, Patty Kaufman, Lynn Clausa, is that what it is? Yep. Zach Irwin, Hannah with no last name, Bree Baby, Felice Shelton Scholes. Yeah. Zach Irwin, maybe. Is that a comedian? I don't know who that is. I feel like that
sounds like a country singer.
I feel like Zach Irwin's with an E though. I think I know. Who
Absolutely sounds like a new country singer.
It does.
Ripped up jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the guy. You see him.
A brand new hat that looks old.
Yep.
Marie Ledane.
Brand new trucker hat that came with rips along the edges of the bill. Came with those.
I was thinking the straw hat that's bent because it has a wire in it to make it look fucked up. The little bastards.
That's good. Let's stop making fun of this guy who gave us money. Thank you,
Zach. You're terrific.
Thank you, Zach. You're a good guy. You're none of those
things.
Marie
Ledane, Adam Yoder, James Plumer, Morgan Walsh. That also. Come on. Gene Allen, Sarah with no last name, Gumpy Dufresne, Eric Thomas, Nick with no last name, Bill Rose, Kevin Pacheco, Jenny with no last name, Casey Robinson, Calypso with no last name, Jesse Marriott, Connie B, Ryan Murphy, hope it's not that one, Abby Smith, Doug McQuaid, Brian the Food Guy, Justin Bronig, Al B, Carlisle Coffee Norton.
I'll be sure. Giving us
Al
money
B.
Now.
He'll be whatever we want him to be.
He's thinking about us night and day. Is that the problem?
Al B, you go ahead and fill it in. I'll be that. Christopher McLean, Samantha Collins, Ann L. Gabe with no last name, Stephanie Massey, Mackenzie Mueller, History Pierce, Michael Jackson. You know.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. Well, we already got I'll Be Sure money. Yeah. We got night and day money. Let's get that Thriller money, too. Fuck it. Why not?
Well, get that Man in the Mirror cast. Chol Tong, K with no last name. Just the letter K. Caleb Stutz, D. Freed, Mr. Ballsack, probably not. Diabity.
The writer or the man?
The man. Caitlin McMurphy. Drew with no last name. Faith Vieira. Marie with no last name. Katie with no last name. Jane Story. Kaylee with no last name. Chris W. Black Rain 4. Zero with no last name. British Blonde Style. Antner. Noah with no last name. Noah Guinta. Rebecca Morlock. Brandon Bujel. Aaron Morris. Dan Kook. K-U-K. I'm going to assume Cook. Cook? Is it Cook or is it Cuck?
Cuke.
He's a good man is what Dan is. Kaylee Ritten. Christian Krupa. E-S. The letters E-S or S. They is. Ian Butel. Noah Trevitt. Veronica Vetter. What is it? Simon Hargood, Lady Seaton. Satan.
I like when you stop. Gotta regroup. I like that for some reason.
It's a respool on the yo-yo. Amber Tomlinson, Ezra with no last name, Elizabeth Scherzer, Samantha Houston, Tiffany Crucera, Gary Hyde, Nick Myers, Emily Church, Jody Werda, Jessica Hope, John Lennon Miller, Jessica Parks, Jess Phyllis, Sherry Kerr, Cassie with no last name, Linda with no last name, Wyatt Reese, Corin Ganilka. Whew.
Oh.
That's Nilka maybe. Maybe you don't pronounce the G. Rashly. Rashly McGusty. Okay, Ashley with the rash. What is this? Bistitual? beekeeper. What even is that?
I don't know.
Amy Casson.
Wow.
Judy Patton, Judy Kaminsky.
Fucks all the bees.
Marjolaine Julio, Michael Nation, a whole nation of them.
Wow.
Kate with K and then spell out the letter 8. Bruce. That is bananas. I've never seen that in my entire life.
No.
Trevor with no last name. Walter Sanya. Star Jays. Brandy Hebert. Is it Hebert? Hebert, perhaps. Kimberly Kramer. Zaira Diaz. Melanie Brewski. Laura Hardy, Oriana Nazis. What? Moving on. Brianna Larkins, Roxy with no last name. Anessa Boyer.
We'll have to talk about that one after the show.
Love to get into that. Maria Jaworski, Shanae August. Sean Avery, Dagoberto. Kaylee with no last name. Dylan Clayson, Vance Labourgier, Ashley Malate, Kevin Hewitt, Scott Maton, Rebecca Quadrado, Henry Ritter, Hank, Shannon Hauk. John's kid, Hank. Sarah Catherman, perhaps. Miles with no last name. Nikki G, Bonnie Urjavec, LG, the fucking Life is Good utilities. What are they?
people.
Appliances. That's
Appliances
it. William
and TV
Smith,
shit.
Bill Smith, Carrie Griffin, Randy Mosier, Becky Zajacek, Amy Stone.
That too.
Jackie with no last name, Holly Josephine, Wheezy with no last name, Darcy E, Kayla Miller,
Wheezy.
Max with no last name, Diego Lastra, Amanda Lynn, Miss Chris, Greg Dorgan, Hannah with no last name, Alize Shelke. It's got to be Alize. Wow.
Someone named
Mavs
their
with
kid
no last
Alize.
name, Jamie. That's the grossest thing. That stuff is vile.
Yeah.
Jamie Garman, Kenny Carpin, Cassandra Cronin, Jack Kane, Angel Boss, Tammy Jackson, Michelle with no last name, Polly Pop, Palo Pop, Nancy with no last name, Tyler G, Elizabeth Hyslop, Ann with no last name, John Castaldo, Spence Ollison, Kaylee Flata, Casey Johnson, Aaron Tilley, and all of our patrons. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, you spectacular bastards. We appreciate everything you do for us all the time. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for hanging out with us. By the way, little weird thing we've never done before. If Leon is out there, if you know Leon, if Leon is, Leon can hit us up. Hit us up, Leon.
Tell him we want to talk.
We'll talk to you. Yeah, we don't usually want to. I'm very interested in hearing Leon's story.
Especially if you're not out of your mind.
Yes, if you don't confuse me for Columbus or anything like that, I'm totally open.
He's Italian, Leon. Don't go.
Oh no! Watch out! Don't
Same
tell
guy.
him, Jimmy. Shut up! Don't tell him. If you wanted to, we would be open to hearing from you because honestly, I think you kind of got a raw deal, and
I think you got fucked over.
You got fucked over, and I'd like to kick Don Nelson right in his old wrinkled ball back
And
for
also,
you, honestly.
Congratulations on keeping it between the lines mentally, more or less. He had all the reasons in the world not to keep it, just go out of control.
My face would have been painted all the time. So
frustrated?
Thank you so much.
I couldn't be a more sympathetic person. Good for you.
No shit.
Yeah.
You had a horrible life up to that point. Yeah. So hopefully you've had a better life now going forward.
Hope you got a 401k.
That would be lovely. If you want to talk to us on social media, find us. Very easy to do. Shutupandgivememurder.com has drop-down menus. Take you wherever you want to go. Keep coming back and seeing us week after week live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week.
Bye.